the defensive lineup for the Blues.
If no one's told you today already, happy Bryce Johnson Day. The Blues look to get 6 wins in a row against the Menlo Park Legends as they hunt for that playoff spot in the CCL North. Here's the defensive alignment for your San Luis Obispo Blues. Behind the dish today, it's Charlie Caruso with Sebastian Lopez over at first. Diego Murillo mans second with Sam Ardois at the hot corner. Kate O'Hara returns to shortstop, and the outfield left to right is Smith, Furness, and Hixenbaugh with Toleran DHing. And on the hill for the Blues, it's the right-hander committed to the University of Washington, Bryce Johnson, making his 3rd start of the summer.
He's been nothing but a beast this summer for the Blues. In his 2 starts, 8 innings pitched, only 1 earned run with his 8 strikeouts. It's a good day to be a Blues fan with Bryce Johnson on the bump.
A 9 strikeout per 9 with a 1.13 earned run average and a 1 flat whip. Walks and hits per innings pitched, that number is 1. That's very good. And he's dealing against the Menlo Park Legends, who are kind of limping into today's game on a 3-game losing streak. Let's meet the starting lineup for Menlo Park. Charlie Degler plays center field and leads it off with James Bowes at shortstop batting second. Mitchell Birdsall plays first and he'll bat third, with the lefty Austin Rabago DHing and cleaning it up. Cal Zamaitis plays at third base and bats fifth, and batting sixth it's the catcher Blake Cowens. Batting seventh it's the right fielder Zach Vasquez, with Emilio Feliciano playing in left and batting eighth. Rounding it out in the 9th spot it's the second baseman Deuce Filter. The Blues rocking their mimosa yellow tops on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Yellow tops, yellow hats with their white pants. The Menlo Park Legends wearing their forest green tops with gray pants and white numbers. Last time these two faced off, it was that Northern California trip that the Blues took at the College of San Mateo, and it was a mighty loss, to say the least, that the Blues took against the Menlo Park Legends.
Blues riding a 5-game win streak, currently in 1st place in the CCL North. Playoffs right around the corner. We're about a week and a half away from that wild card game that the Blues want to avoid.
Now the Blues are 8-2 in their last 10 games, something that I don't think most people expected, but we're kind of getting deja vu compared to last season when the Blues went on a 10-game winning streak to finish out the year. They ended up being the 2 seed in the CCL North, and they hosted a wild card game at Sinsheimer Stadium, of which they then fell to the Sonoma Stompers, who are in 3rd place. Right now, Sonoma is in 2nd with the Blues in 1st, and the Walnut Creek Crawdads in 3rd. Just outside of the playoff spot, it's the Alameda Merchants, who the Blues just swept in 3 games. They're on a 4-game losing streak. So now stepping into the dish for the Menlo Park Legends, it's the center fielder Charlie Degler. Degler has been on a tear this summer for Menlo Park, which is honestly a pretty talented roster, and I would say their record doesn't really indicate the level of talent they have on this squad. 13-20. But with the amount of names we're going to be talking about today, it's a bit surprising that they're outside of a playoff spot. Here's the first pitch. It's a fastball clinking off the glove of Caruso at 2:03 p.m. at Sinsheimer Stadium. The game time temperature is 68 degrees and sunny. Bryce Johnson in his orange and black cleats gets set on the rubber. A former Oregon State Beaver comes set. From the chest, he delivers the 1-0. And it misses high and inside. 2 balls and no strikes to Charlie Degler, now in a hitter's count. Degler with a .992 OPS this season for the Legends. He's hovering around that midsection in the CCL rankings in terms of a lot of offensive stats. Weak grounder the opposite way. O'Hara trips but regains his footing as he hums it over to first. Sebastian Lopez able to make the snare for the first out of the inning.
It's a good play by O'Hara, who we didn't see in the field in yesterday's game. Lost his footing, but still able to make the play with that big arm.
So Degler's retired, and it brings up the shortstop, James Bowes. And we've talked about MVP conversations with Sam Ardois, the third baseman for the Blues, and Zach Tollerman, the DH today for San Luis Obispo. And James Bowes is a name who's kind of been floating around all summer. Here's the first pitch. Bowes with a tapper in front of home plate. It ends up foul behind the batter's box for strike 1. This season with Menlo Park, he's slashing .345, .437, and .513 for a .950 OPS in league play. He had a commanding lead of that I would say, first place spot for the MVP candidate, but some other names have thrown their hat in the ring as well. The 0-1, and Bose takes it high and inside for ball 1. Names like Jake Swartz of the Kineo Oaks are making a surge with his 1109 OPS and nearly a 600 slugging. There's Joey Donnelly of the Walnut Creek Crawdads with a 1013 OPS. Here's the 1-1. Bose takes it up and in. Once again, 2 balls and a strike. I would say Bradley Navarro is a serious contender too, with 109 plate appearances and a 1072 OPS and a 414 batting average. Navarro, a former Blue, got 5 at-bats last season for San Luis Obispo, now with the Orange County Riptide. Here's the 2-1. Bose swings and misses for strike 2. A wicked slider from Bryce Johnson gets him to chase.
Got to work around one of the more dangerous hitters in the entire CCL. It was a 2-1 slider up at the letters. It's a pitch that Bose probably hasn't seen all that often this season.
Bose, a line from Loyola Marymount in the right-handed batter's box. On the 2-2. Slider hit on the ground left side. Ardois gobbles it up, takes a couple shuffles towards first, and makes the throw in time for the second out of the first inning.
This is the Bryce Johnson we know and love. Soft contact on the ground. Get some easy plays for the left side of the infield thus far. I mean, he does have the ability to strike out batters, but not a huge strikeout guy this season so far for the Blues in his 8 innings. The Blues don't necessarily need strikeouts. They'll take ground balls and weak pop-ups, stuff like that.
Here's Mitchell Birdsall from San Jacinto College. And the north side of Houston, Texas, now coming to play in California. First pitch missing inside, 1-0. And we've talked about people traveling from all over the country to play for the Menlo Park Legends before. The name that comes to mind for me is their center fielder Quincy Vaya, hailing from D.C., making the trip across country to play in Northern California. 1-0. Misses outside, 2 balls and no strikes. And Birdsall is another name that will be adding some flight miles to play summer baseball. He originally started out at the University of Kansas with the Jayhawks in 2024. And now going to San Jacinto College in Houston. Swing and a miss for strike 1. This season with Menlo Park, he's batting .232 with a .338 on base and a .393 slugging. That's good for a .731 OPS with 22 total bases.
He's spent the early part of the summer down in Orange County where he got about 10 at-bats too.
The 2-1. This one hit well into left center field, but Smith has to take a couple steps to his left and make the grab, jogging towards Royal, the center fielder, for the 3rd out of the inning. 1-2-3 frame for the starter, Bryce Johnson, and we head into the bottom half of the 1st on the Slow Blues streaming network.
Old San Luis Barbecue going out to number 726. If your program has 726 in the bottom corner, take it to the marketing tent and they will give you a $25 gift card to Old Slow Barbecue. So we're just giving away $25 for the barbecue.
Bottom half of the first inning, Bryce Johnson faced the minimum for the Blues, and now it's the righty Joseph Lee. The Blues are all too familiar with the Samford commit, as he had his way the last time they met each other.
Yeah, 6 innings pitched. He gave up 6 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts. That was in a 5-1 win over the Blues all the way back on June 6th. It was the Blues' first home league game of the season.
There's the first pitch to the leadoff man, Diego Murillo, for ball 1. And a new look today for Dean Traynor in his lineup, as E.J. Royal is not at center field today, most likely getting an off day as Murillo is in at the dish. 1-0, a pitch misses high and inside, 2 balls and no strikes to Murillo, who is very capable to replace E.J. in that spot. Murillo has been on an absolute tear as of late as the reigning Blues Player of the Week. 2-0. Diego pops it up to the right side. Moving there is Vasquez, and he makes the two-handed grab for the first out of the inning. So a quick out for the starting pitcher, Joseph Lee, as it brings up the left-handed hitter, Jake Hixenbaugh, who has been playing very well lately. After Jake Hixenbaugh in this lineup, it's Zach Tullerman, Sam Ardois, Charlie Caruso, Gavin Smith, Eric Furness, Sebastian Lopez, and then Cade O'Hara due up for the Blues in the bottom of the first. Hixenbaugh has been flashing the leather in both corners of the outfield, left and right. A couple of diving catches at those spots respectively. First pitch to him misses outside, 1-0. And yesterday against the Alameda Merchants, Hixenbaugh actually went 2 for 4 with an RBI single in the 6th that tied the game at 1. Nicely placed fastball and a called strike here, 1-1 to Jake Hixenbaugh.
Lee's got a 5-pitch mix. It's very heavy fastball slider. You're going to see those about 90% of the time, but then he also has a changeup, a curveball, and a cutter that'll mix in.
Here's the 1-1. Hixenbaugh flinches but takes a slider for a called strike, 1-2. Right-handed pitcher, fastball slider, however we call that a stock righty. From the windup, here comes Lee on the 1-2. Hixenbaugh takes outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Joseph spent 2023 and 2024 at Ranger College and mostly started this past season, racking up 90 strikeouts in 77 innings pitched. That's a 4.29 earned run average with a 9-6 record. Pitch misses just off the plate outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Not by much, but good set of peepers from Hixenbaugh. He works himself a full count, looking to get on for Zach Tullerman.
Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss. Drop third strike by Cowens, and they'll throw it over to first base, and Hixenbaugh's retired. A nasty-looking sweeper there from Joseph Lee. The right-hander ties up the lefty Hixenbaugh for the second out of the inning.
Good-looking pitch. It looked like it almost crossed up the catcher Cowens, the way he that booted off the glove. Hixenbaugh didn't realize that he didn't glove it. It was an easy play on the throw to first.
So here's Zach Tullerman, who was a late addition to today's lineup. Originally, Logan Hart was going to be in this game at DH, but now it's Zach Tullerman. Here's the first pitch, and ZT takes it off the plate inside, 1-0. Some complications with the roster construction on our online database led to Hart being a late scratch, so he's completely healthy. And I think the roster now is just trying to find a way to get him back on the field. There's strike 1 to Zach Tullerman, 1-1 with 2 outs.
It shook up the lineup a little bit. Gavin Smith was supposed to bat third and be the DH. Tullerman slides there. Smith drops down a couple spots in the order and plays in the field.
Here's the 1-1. Tullerman takes a slider and a called strike, 1-2. Very nice pitch. Left side of the infield, playing to the pull side of the right-handed hitting Tullerman, as the outfield shifts to the opposite way of ZT. Here's the 1-2. Tullerman takes it high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And I can't say I've ever seen that this summer with defensive positioning with Zach Tullerman. Usually everyone plays him on the pull side because he'll usually wrap a ground ball that way or slap a single right up the middle. Seldom does he go the opposite way. Slider just missing below the knees. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Didn't miss by much.
Well, it's been a good zone today. That ball was just a touch low.
Home plate umpire being consistent early on in this ball game in the bottom half of the first. Scoreless between the Legends and the Blues. Here's the payoff to ZT. Tullerman takes a bouncing pitch in front of home plate for ball 4. two-out walk for Zach Tullerman, and as you like to say, Ryan, he just continues to get on base.
Yeah, and the Blues have a different approach today than normal. Not ambushing pitches. They're being a little more patient in at-bats, which I'm liking against Joseph Lee, who he's going to throw a lot of sliders. He's going to try to get you to swing and miss. Be patient up in the box. Make him throw you a fastball.
And obviously, this is a pitcher that the Blues are familiar with, so it's a little ironic that they're trying to collect more data against Joseph Lee. It's either that or they're just trying to work deep into counts and make him throw as many pitches as possible. So here's Sam Ardois with a runner on first and 2 outs. Ardois, today's starting third baseman, batting fourth for the Blues. First pitch, Ardois leaves it high, 1 ball, no strikes. Sam played yesterday and was 0 for 1 with a pop out to right, a trio of walks following that pop out. He came around to score in the 8th inning, where the Blues put up 3 runs. Pitch is a called strike, hitting the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike to Ardois.
Yeah, and Ardois actually faced against Lee and went 1 for 3 in that game.
Here's the 1-1. Sam leaves it high and outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. And the Blues took a 6-4 W against the Alameda Merchants last night. The Merchants were threatening in the top of the 9th inning and scored 2 runs and brought the game within 2, but that's all they got. Ardois takes the slider inside, 3 balls and a strike now. Yeah. A chill day at Sinsheimer Stadium. The sun directly over our heads. Sam sends it the opposite way. Ranging to his left is Bollinger, but he won't have a play as it lands in foul ground.
Ardois thought maybe he had extra bases on that one, but just kept slicing and slicing away from Vasquez.
A right-hander going the opposite way down the right field line. We've seen this story many times, just slicing towards the foul line and just a little bit too much ended up being a foul ball. So Ardois digs back in, hugging home plate in a 3-2 count with 2 outs. Here it comes. Runner goes, and the pitch misses outside, ball 4. Back-to-back walks from Joseph Lee with 2 outs, and it puts a runner in scoring position for the Blues.
And I'm just loving this approach from the Blues. Be patient, be patient, be patient. Make Joseph Lee come into the zone. He's already thrown 21 pitches. 13 of them have been balls.
And the last 3 plate appearances have gotten to 3-2 counts as well, so that's a good sign to try to make him work as much as possible. Here's Charlie Caruso, the left-handed hitting catcher, batting 5th today. An off day yesterday after having a mammoth day a couple starts ago against the Merchants. First pitch swinging, almost hits the pitcher Lee, but it's grounded to the second baseman, and they'll flip it over to second to get the force out, and that'll be it. 2 runners stranded, no base hits, no errors, no runs. Scoreless heading into the 2nd inning on the Slow Blues streaming network. 4-5-6 due up in the top half of the second inning at Sinsheimer Stadium. Austin Rabago, Cal Zamitis, and Blake Cowens against the right-handed throwing Bryce Johnson. It's the lefty Rabago DHing today. First pitch, he dribbles it to third. Artois charges it, makes the running throw over to Lopez. 1 pitch, 1 out for Johnson in the top half of the second.
God, he's just so smooth at third base. And I don't care. I'll say it 1,000 times. He looks so much more comfortable there.
All that attention is very much deserved. He's really found a comfort zone playing the hot corner for the Blues. So here's Zamitis, the third baseman, batting fifth. Scoreless ball game in the top of the second inning. It's the Blues and the Legends. SLO Blues currently riding a 5-game win streak. Legends have dropped 3 in a row. Zamitis takes the first pitch low and outside for ball 1. Cal's an infielder from San Jose, California, entering his senior season. He's currently uncommitted after a year at UOP and a few at Hart now. Here's the 1-0. Nice looking curveball, but it misses just below the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. Played in 38 games as a Panther at Hart now with a .233 average. Drove in 15 runs with 3 homers and stole 2 bags. A 5'11", 195-pound senior. Big hack and a miss at a sweeper here for strike 1 and a 2-0 count. I'm trying to figure out the approach here for Cal Zamitis. You get in a 2-0 count ahead of Bryce Johnson. You get a sweeper and you try to send it to Shanghai. Here's the 2-1. Flinches, but he takes it low. 3 balls and 1 strike. Middle of the infield wide open for Cal, the 3-1. He takes a called strike here, 3-2. Johnson might have gotten a call. Pitch at the knees, and it's a full count now to the third baseman with 1 out. Austin Rabago led off this inning and was retired on 1 pitch on a ground ball to Artois at third. From the stretch, Johnson takes a deep breath. Now strides and shoots. Payoff is sent just to the right of us, and we'll do it again. Bryce Johnson, formerly Oregon State Beaver, a native of Sammamish, Washington, staying in the Pacific Northwest to play for his Washington Huskies. Many former Blues on that team. Sam DiCarlo comes to mind, Boston Workington. 3-2. Called strike 3. At the knees, Cal Zamitis goes down looking, and the first strikeout of the day for Bryce Johnson.
Really good sequence there from Bryce Johnson to work back into the count after being down 2-0. Throws a slider that looked too good for Zamitis to not swing at, and then just continued to pound the zone with the fastball.
So with 2 quick outs now from Johnson, up comes the catcher Blake Cowens, who bats 6th today. He's a Flame from the University of Illinois at Chicago. First pitch, and it just misses off the plate outside, 1-0. He's a Foster City, California native, and this past season at UIC batted .267 in his 4 starts with the Flames. No home runs and 8 runs driven in. Johnson delivers, and a pop-up, playable in shallow center. The shortstop O'Hara calls everyone off and makes the 2-handed grab as he hops and skips towards it for the 3rd out of the inning. Bryce Johnson faces the minimum for the 2nd inning in a row. We head to the bottom half of the second, scoreless on the SLO Blues streaming network. Bottom of the second inning is brought to you by our friends at SLO County Golf. They offer 3 courses in SLO, Morro Bay, and Atascadero, and they also offer a unique combination of beautiful scenery and affordable prices. Book your next tee time at slocountygolf.com. Gavin Smith, Eric Furness, and Sebastian Lopez due up against the starting pitcher Joseph Lee, as Lee misses high and inside for ball 1 against Gavin. Smith, the left fielder today, originally penciled in as a designated hitter, batting 4th for the Blues, but that changed at the last second. He taps it foul down the third base line, and now it's 1 ball and 1 strike to the Harvard man. Some eligibility issues in terms of being activated on the roster on our technology here, and so Logan Hart, who was originally going to play, got scratched. Perfectly healthy, just trying to figure things out in the front office side of things. Here's the 1-1. Smith checks his swing, but it's a called strike either way. 1-2 now to Gavin.
Yeah, got to be tough for Gavin Smith. He's preparing all day to just be the designated hitter, not have to play in the field. Also got to be tough for Zach Tollerman, who thought he was going to have a day off.
And Tollerman's been a workhorse over at first. Smith sends it straight back and will do it again. Playing, essentially every single game over there. He's been fighting an ankle injury all summer, and for a second was trying to come back from a nagging back injury as well. He's been a tough cookie over there at first base, and I'm sure he was looking forward to that off day, but, he's probably also looking forward to getting some more ABs because he's playing better than anyone on this squad. Right now it's Gavin Smith who leaves it high, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, not to mention he gets a semi-off day, not playing in the field, just doing the designated hitter.
Here's the 2-2. Smith hits it off the hands, and it's high and playable into shallow center field. The shortstop Bose will make the grab just above the ground for the first out of the inning.
I think the wind caught that one and knocked it down a little bit as Bose was going out. The ball was coming in, and Bose had to stop on a dime, drop to a knee to make that grab.
Yeah, the leather of his glove was, I think, touching the highest blade of grass in the outfield at the last second, able to make the catch. So now it's Eric Furness, the center fielder, who will be attending Cuesta College just up the road come fall. He bats 7th today and has had some of the most impressive power I've seen on this team. First pitch misses up and outside, ball 1. A lot of times we talk about the batting practice and the in-game production of guys like Don Jordan and Mason Ashlock. I honestly think Furness's exit velocity is consistently up there with their level. He takes a strike here, 1-1 to Eric.
Yeah, he hits the ball hard. That's his goal up there, is to see a pitch he likes and hit it as hard and as far as he can.
Here's the 1-1. Furness takes a slider just off the plate inside, 2 balls and a strike. And I'm comparing Furness, who just graduated high school at St. Joe's, to 2 guys who are committed to Division I programs, Ashlock to Rice and Don Jordan to Missouri in the SEC. 2-1, this one is hit softly into center field, diving, and Degler makes the catch. What a grab by Charlie Degler, full extension, robbing Eric Furness of a base hit.
Did not get a good jump on that one, and with a little bit of backspin. Topspin, excuse me. I thought that one was going to get down, but Degler able to make the full extension.
It hung in the air for quite a long time, and Degler, as you said, didn't get a great beat on it. And typically a center fielder would catch that on the fly, but had to dive and make the snag. Either way, it's the second out as the Red Hawk from Seattle University, Sebastian Lopez, swings and misses at the first pitch. Seabass, a local, originally grew up in the 805, but moved to Las Vegas later in life, where he graduated from Coronado High School. Here's the 0-1. Seabass takes a called strike here, 0-2. Beating the Heat in Vegas this summer, returning to his old hometown in San Luis Obispo. With 2 outs, the 0-2. Lopez takes it in the dirt, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that's got to be a big culture shock growing up in a coastal beach town like here in SLO, and then you move to the desert in Vegas. The lifestyles are way different. I've actually talked to Sebastian Lopez about his lifestyle growing up, and I mentioned to him, Brady Alves, another Blues player, grew up on a dairy farm and, milks cows and carries hay bales. And Lopez goes, well, I grew up on an avocado farm. Very common in California. 1-2 leaves it high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. I've actually driven past that very avocado farm he's talking about. It is expansive. Here's the 2-2. Lopez swings and misses for strike 3. Joseph Lee pulls the string and faces the minimum in the second inning. We are still scoreless as we head into the third on the SLO Blues streaming network. Bryce Johnson has retired six Legends batters in a row, and he faces the bottom third of this order. Zach Vasquez, Emilio Feliciano, and Deuce Filter in the top half of the third. First pitch to Vasquez is a called strike, 0-1. Well, the Blues went 1-2-3 in the second inning. Smith popped out, Furness line to center, and a nice catch by Degler going full extension, and Sebastian Lopez struck out swinging on a nice changeup from today's starter, Joseph Lee. The 0-1, swing and a miss at a high fastball here, 0-2.
He just took his front foot and stepped in the bucket, as my old coaches would say. Really took himself out of that pitch by carrying all of his momentum down the third baseline.
The Vail, Arizona native stands in on an 0-2 count against Johnson. Here he comes from the stretch and swings and misses for strike 3. Johnson collects his second K of the day to lead off the third.
Just blowing the fastball right by him at the letters, bullying Vasquez.
So here's the infielder from Auburn, Washington, Emilio Feliciano, a former JUCO Bandit from the College of San Mateo, is heading to the East Coast to play at Coppin State University in Baltimore. Here's the first pitch. Feliciano takes it off the plate outside, 1-0. His brother Vicente, a former Red Hawk from Seattle University, former teammates with first baseman of the Blues, Sebastian Lopez, who ended last inning with a strikeout. But now Vicente won't return to the Pacific Northwest. This one foul tipped off the catcher Caruso, and it bounces into the bleachers behind home plate for strike 1. Now Vicente, Emilio's brother, is now heading to Florida to play for the Panthers at FIU. Both Emilio and Vicente heading to the East Coast this next fall. Here's the 1-1. Emilio takes a pitch inside, 2 balls and a strike.
It's been a good-looking zone today from this home plate umpire. Not nudging on anything on the corners. It's pretty tight and neat. Right out over the plate is where you're going to get a strike today. So Blues pitchers and Legends pitchers are both going to have to attack these batters.
2-1. Feliciano chases a high heater for strike 2. Feliciano batting south of 200 this summer, playing in his 14th game for the Legends. 6 strikeouts to his 4 walks. Bryce Johnson wants to make it 7. The 2-2. Fastball painted on the outer black, strike 3.
Number 3 for the day, 7:59.
3 strikeouts on the day for Bryce Johnson, and there's 2 outs in the third.
He looks good thus far, man. Just pounding the strike zone and making these Legends hitters work, and so far they haven't been able to put any barrels on any baseballs.
Here comes Deuce Filter playing in his 22nd game of the summer for the Legends. Another batter batting south of 200 at 194 with a 605 OPS. First pitch, Filter takes it off the plate outside. Didn't miss by much compared to the strike 3 called on Feliciano, but it's 1-0 to Filter. Deuce has 7 walks to his 15 strikeouts and has driven in 5 runs with no homers. Here's the 1-0. Filter flinches and takes a called strike, 1-1. Deuce is today's second baseman. Hails from Palo Alto, California, where he played at Palo Alto High, and will stay in his hometown. Or stayed in his hometown at Santa Clara, where he played for the Broncos this past season. There's a strike to him here, 1-2. 1-2 count with 2 gone to Deuce Filter. Will Bryce Johnson add another drop of hot sauce to this inning? The 1-2 sent straight back off the hands, and we'll do it again. Yeah, Filter just actually finished technically his second season at Santa Clara because he redshirted in 2024 as a true freshman. In 2025, didn't get that much action, only 9 at-bats and no hits to show for it. Did score a run though. Here's the 1-2. Off the kneecap, and he hobbles down first base on a hit by pitch. Straight off the patella, and I'm glad he's able to walk at least.
All right, took it like a champ, threw the bat away, ran straight down to first base. No need for the trainers to come out and check on him. He said, I'm okay, I'm playing some baseball today.
So here's Charlie Degler, the center fielder and the leadoff man who grounded out to O'Hara the first time he was up. Degler just made a nice play in center field, robbing Eric Furness of a base hit. And now he stands in with grass stains on the front part of his pants. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Degler goes the opposite way, a seeing eye single through the 5-hole, a base hit. Filter advances into second base. There goes the no-hitter for Bryce Johnson, a single for Charlie Degler with 2 outs.
You know, you lose the no-hitter, but if you're Bryce Johnson up there, this team still has not hit a ball over 80 miles an hour today. So continue to just pound the strike zone and get this soft contact. You're not going to see hits like that every at-bat.
Now, Bryce is still a pitch away from getting out of this inning with 2 outs, and James Bowes is up at the dish, who grounded out to Ardois the last time he was up. Bowes, a JUCO bandit from West Valley College, just spent his past season at LMU, where he has since hit the portal. Bowes takes a first pitch slider and a called strike, 0-1. Very productive 2 years at West Valley College. First and second team all-conference his 2 years, and was a Scholar Athlete of the Year in 2024. Also earned all-NorCal team and second team all-state in that season. Johnson peaks at second, now comes home, the 0-1. Bowes takes it low, 1 ball and 1 strike. James entering today's game with a .345 batting average. Has driven in 18 runs and has 2 homers on the season. His 18 RBIs leads the Menlo Park Legends. The 1-1. Bowes takes it off the plate inside. 2 balls and 1 strike now. 13 strikeouts to his 9 walks this summer. 11 doubles. That is tied for first place in the CCL this summer. With 2 outs and 2 runners on, the 2-1. Weekly popped up, could be playable for the catcher Caruso, who throws off the mask, and at the fence he can't make the play. A photo finish, and Caruso couldn't get there in time. Instead, it's a pop strike 2 to James Bowes.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Coming straight down the net line, Caruso's battling, making sure the ball doesn't hit the net, making sure he doesn't hit the net, and then still trying to make the catch.
So Bose will stand back in. Deuces wild for the former Lion from LMU. With 2 outs, the 2-2. Bose gets a piece of it as he hits it off the end of the bat and straight into the backstop. We'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Bose was way out in front of that. He barely tipped that one back to the netting. He's lucky. That was in strike 3.
Degler at first and Deuce Filter at second. A scoreless ball game in the top half of the 3rd inning at Sinsheimer Stadium. Bryce Johnson trying to get his sign with his catcher Caruso. He steps off and wants to hit reset. Bose stays in the batter's box as Mitchell Birdsall stands on deck. The 0-for-1 Bose on a 2-2 count. Here it comes. Misses inside, and now it's full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3 strikeouts on the day for Bryce Johnson. He hit Deuce Filter, who is now at second, and allowed a 2-out single against Charlie Degler, who's at first. First base hit of the day for the Menlo Park Legends. Inside move, and there's no throw. The wind blowing straight out to center field. And every position player playing at regular depth. The 3-2. Bose leaves it high, and that's ball 4. Bases loaded with 2 outs now off the first walk of the day from Bryce Johnson. Johnson, that's his 7th walk of the summer compared to his 11 strikeouts. Johnson, in some ways, when he's off, reminds me of Eric Cavidal when he has the good stuff, but he just can't quite find it in the zone, and it tends to snowball a little bit.
Both pitchers, though, they're very good in high leverage situations like this.
Here's Mitchell Birdsall, who's 0-for-1. After a fly out to left field, he takes ball 1 here against Johnson. Filter at third, Degler at second, and James Bose at first. The 1-0. Birdsall late on a fastball here for strike 1. Mitchell, a former Jayhawk from Kansas, is a San Jose native and a graduate of Valley Christian High School. Played for Zoots Baseball when he was in high school. It's a very good club team. Pitch is in there for a called strike. Johnson gets a call, 1-2.
Good frame job by Caruso to steal a strike.
Bases loaded with legends. 2 outs and a 1-2 count. Scoreless ball game in the top of the 3rd as Johnson steps off, now right back in. The 1-2. This one roped down the left field line, but it's foul. A cricket home run for Mitchell Birdsall, but it's still a 1-2 count.
Ball was crushed down the line, 96. Thank God he didn't straighten that one out.
A former Jayhawk, now at San Jacinto College in Houston, Texas. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Johnson's fired up as he delivers the 4th bottle of hot sauce today and strands the bases loaded. Still scoreless heading to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Bryce Johnson gets out of the jam. The Blues are up on the Slow Blues streaming network. 9-1-2 due up for the San Luis Obispo Blues in the bottom half of the third inning. The starting pitcher for the Blues, Bryce Johnson, just got out of a bases-loaded jam with a strikeout swinging to Mitchell Birdsall. A big moment for the Blues, and now it's time to turn that momentum into some runs. Cade O'Hara takes the first pitch high and inside for ball one. Joseph Lee heads back out there for his third inning of work. He has yet to allow a hit today to this Blues offense. 2 strikeouts and 2 walks. Faced the minimum the last time he was up. O'Hara takes a called strike here, and it's now 1-1 to the former Longhorn from Texas. O'Hara in the transfer portal as a two-way player. He's available as both a shortstop and a relief pitcher. 1-1. Cade takes a slider on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. O'Hara, I would say, one of the best athletes on this team. Pure athleticism. If you're able to look the part as a pitcher and a hitter, I'd say you qualify. O'Hara takes it high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. He delivers a fastball in the low 90s. I'm sure he's mid-90s on his infield velocity. Here's the 2-2. Cade swings and misses for strike 3. Joseph Lee pulls the string, and there's 1 out in the third. His third strikeout of the day, the right-hander from Samford.
Yeah, good slider there that got O'Hara out in front, leaning. Got the stride and load down too quick. Swing started too early and just couldn't catch up with the slider.
So here's Diego Murillo, who flew out to Vasquez in right field the last time he was up. He's 0 for 1. And he's today's leadoff man for the Blues. E.J. Royal, the everyday leadoff hitter, getting a rest day today. First pitch, Murillo with a statue take takes it for strike 1. Diego batted 5th and played second base yesterday for the Blues. He was 0 for 1 with a pop out to right and 1 hit by pitch and 2 walks. The 0-1, Diego leaves it high, 1 ball and 1 strike. One of those walks, the one in the 6th inning, produced a run with the bases loaded. That was a part of a 3-run frame that gave the Blues the lead over the Alameda Merchants, who they eventually swept yesterday. The 1-1, Murillo scooches out of the way of a pitch inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Diego also stole a bag in yesterday's game as well. And when he reached on that hit by pitch in the 8th, he scored there too. That was also a 3-run inning. Here's the 2-1. Murillo, a big swing and a miss at a slider here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Diego still somehow uncommitted late in this summer after playing his first year of NCAA baseball at Northeastern State in Oklahoma. He was a Cuesta Cougar before that. The 2-2. Murillo half swings. He didn't go around on a sweeper that misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Murillo. Check that. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count now to Diego with his cherry red batting gloves. The 3-2. Murillo off the hands, pops it up in the infield. The shortstop Bose calls off his second baseman Filter and makes the one-handed grab for the second out of the inning.
He has got Murillo out twice today. It's not an easy guy to get out. 4th in the CCL and batting average. Like I mentioned, done it twice.
I've been on an absolute tear as of late. In many ways, earning that leadoff spot. It wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe try him out in that position with how E.J. Royal has been kind of struggling lately. Here's a guy who's not struggling, Jake Hicksonbaugh. First pitch, Hicksonbaugh hacks at it and sends it into the parking lot, foul for strike 1. Although Jake did start today with a strikeout swinging against Joseph Lee, he had a 2 for 4 day yesterday with a diving catch and an RBI single to tie the game. The 0-1. Hicksonbaugh leaves it high and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hicks the day before that, and the Blues beat the Merchants on Friday, was 1 for 4 with a single. 1-1. Hicksonbaugh checks his swing. They appeal. He went around. That's strike 2. Joseph Lee from the windup strides and shoots on the 1-2. Hicksonbaugh spoils it down the left field line. It's foul. Into the Menlo Park bullpen down the left field line. A bullpen that is empty. Same goes for the Blues. Both Joseph Lee and Bryce Johnson are pitching pretty well through this first third. Lee has yet to give up a base hit against the Blues. Here's the 1-2. Slider just misses off the plate outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The deuces are wild to Jake Hicksonbaugh. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. bottom of the third inning at Sinsheimer Stadium. A scoreless ball game in the CCL North matchup. The pitch. Hicks swings and misses for strike 3. A right on left slider gets him to chase. And there's 2 strikeouts on the day for Hicksenbach. 3 up, 3 down for Joseph Lee. He continues to saw through this Blues lineup as we head into the 4th inning. Ryan Giacomini's got you for the middle third on the SLO Blues streaming network.
Bryce Johnson in inning number 4 worked himself out of a bases loaded with 2-out jam. In the 3rd, he struck out the side. 2 strikeouts to start, then he gave up a hit by pitch, a base hit, and a walk. Finished the inning with a strikeout swinging. Bring up the middle of the order, and Austin Rabago, the lefty designated hitter, squatting in the left-handed batter's box, takes a strike on the outer part of the plate. A fastball at 88 miles an hour. Bryce Johnson only working from the stretch in today's ball game, with his catcher Crusoe calling the pitches as he gets a swing and a miss on a high fastball from Rabago.
Bryce Johnson must hate the University of Oregon. Went to Oregon State and now the University of Washington. 2 foes of the Ducks.
The 0-2. Changeup that's blocked by Caruso. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Warrior from Hendrix College. Spent all 3 years at Hendrix. This last year, easily his best season with his .345 batting average and his near .500 slugging. The 1-2 is hit on the ground sharply to first. Lopez will glove it and run it over to touch the bag himself for the first out of the inning.
Good comms from the 2 fellows from the Pacific Northwest. Johnson trying to go over to first. Lopez says he's got it. Will tap first himself. And Lopez, who is primarily a middle infielder, if occasionally we'll see him at third, made a position change this past season at Seattle University over at first base to get him some more opportunity at the dish. And I honestly think he looks pretty comfortable there.
Now it's Cal Zamaitis, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking in today's game. First pitch is in the dirt. It was the first strikeout victim of Bryce Johnson. He has 4 total in today's game. Cal had a 3-run home run against the Sonoma Stompers in Sonoma just a few weeks ago. As he swings and fouls this one back to the netting, and the Aces are free at 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out.
And both of Zamaitis' plate appearances, I mean, still kind of early on. But notice he likes that pitch up and outside. He's hacked at it. I think this is the 3rd time now. So if I'm Bryce Johnson, I might want to hammer that spot again or see if I can blow some ched by him.
The righty is batting .238 this year as he watches a fastball in the dirt. that home run, as I mentioned, and the 3 RBIs. So that home run he hit in Sonoma has produced all of his RBIs this summer for the Menlo Park Legends in his 21 at-bats. As he waggles the lumber above the right shoulder, he awaits the 2-1 and fouls it off. Lopez will chase it down, but it'll be just over the Blues dugout and out of play.
I think that's Birch, the bat.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it, that lighter brown color, like a tan, a beige.
Typically you see maple wood bats, but I have a feeling it could be birch.
It's a very, very light tan color. The only differentiating colors are the logo and the pine tar, as the 2-2 is a slider that just misses. And the count runs full.
I think it's a log too. 5'11" in the batter's box. I mean, it looks like it's almost 34.5 inches long. Typically guys swing like a 33.
Full count in the dirt, ball 4. 1 out walk to Calzamitis. He was the first base runner of this inning for the Menlo Park Legends, looking to strike first coming in this game on a 3-game losing streak, and just 2 games away, 2 losses away, I should say, from being eliminated from playoff contention. The Blues currently sitting in first place in the North, holding their own destiny to make the playoffs.
That's the first time the Blues have been in first place all season.
It's a good time to be surging for the San Luis Obispo Blues. First pitch to Blake Cowens is a slider, an ugly swing and a miss for strike 1.
I've said it before, but they got to be feeling some deja vu after last season where they won 10 in a row to complete the regular season.
Blake Cowens redshirted a season at Skyline Community College before committing to play with the Flames at UIC, as he swings and misses at that one for strike 2.
Curtis Granderson went to UIC.
Look over to first, not in time, sliding head first. Back into the bag is Zamitis. His last season with the Flames, only got 30 at-bats, but 8 hits in those 30 at-bats, including a double. 8 runs driven in. Another look to first. Very close this time, but Zamitis is back in safely.
Is what you get in a scoreless ball game in the top of the 4th. Don't be surprised if Johnson checks once or 2 more times.
Coming to the plate, and a swing and a miss at some high cheese for a strikeout. Strikeout number 5 on the day for Bryce Johnson.
Yeah, number 5 for Bryce. Looking good. It's a big out. Get you 1 step closer to getting out of the inning with that walk.
Now it's Zach Vasquez, the 2-way guy from Vail, Arizona. Last season in high school, he batted just shy of 300 with an 800 OPS. A home run, a triple, 6 doubles. Good enough to get him a commitment at Ohlone. Throw over to first, not in time.
These picks are close for Bryce Johnson. Give him the A move.
Big lead over on first for Zamitis, who stole 2 bags in his only season of college baseball. First pitch strike from Johnson has Vasquez behind. Sizable lead off first. Johnson takes a peek, now 2 over his shoulder. Comes home, and it's laced into right field, a base hit. Rounding second and staying there is Calzamitis, 2 on with 2 out now for the Menlo Park Legends.
And second base knock of the day, Vasquez just perfectly placed it into right field. There's literally nothing Murillo or Lopez can do, and even Hixenbaugh. I mean, that's too shallow in right field to make a play on it. All you can really do is field it and get it into the infield as fast as you can, and that's exactly what he did. Each runner's move up a station.
So now it'll be Feliciano. He'll get an opportunity with 2 on and 2 out to drive in the first run of this game for either team. Mentioned this Legend team riding a 3-game losing streak. They lost 12-6 yesterday down in Santa Barbara, and then 12-0 the day before, also to Santa Barbara. The Blues have won the last 5. 4-6 fashion last night, 4-3 fashion on Friday, 4-1 on Thursday, 6-1 against San Francisco last weekend, and 6-0 on Saturday of last weekend. The All-Star break in between that 5-game winning streak.
That All-Star break has made this team look like a completely different roster.
They lost 15-3 last Friday against the San Francisco Seagulls, as that slider is blocked by Caruso. And after that, it was like something switched for the Blues. Like, we don't want to lose like that ever again.
It's like your GOAT says, Ryan, and I took that personally.
No hold at first or second, comes to the plate, and it's a called strike, a fastball on the outside part of the plate. Feliciano struck out looking in the 3rd inning. It was the 2nd out of the 3rd, right before the Legends loaded it up on a hit by pitch, a base hit, and a walk. Here's the 1-2, swung on and fouled off.
Heads up on the first base side, right there past the beer tent. Three-pound ball sponsor is Deep Blue Integration.
Feliciano, today's left fielder,
Fire protection and low voltage.
traditionally an infielder. Just recently committed about a month ago to play at Coppin State out on the East Coast. 2 years at San Mateo. 2 good seasons at that. A career .312 average with a .410 on base for the Bulldogs. Auburn, Washington native, traveling all over the country for his college ball as he swings and misses at that one for strike 3. Bryce Johnson strikes out 2 and gets strikeout number 6 total as we head into the bottom of the 4th inning, which is brought to you by Educational Employees Credit Union. Bottom of the 4th inning is brought to you by Educational Employees Credit Union. Proudly serving the Central Coast, EECU is conveniently located in Paso Robles and can be found at myeecu.org. Experience smarter banking at Educational Employees Credit Union. Zach Tollerman will lead it off, and he's first pitch hacking and sends it into the grass bleachers. Tollerman walked in the 1st inning, one of just 2 base runners for the Blues in the entire game, against Joseph Lee, who has struck out 4 batters through his first 3 innings of work.
Yeah, I fear it's another Joseph Lee shove day against the Blues.
The only thing the Blues have going for him against Joseph Lee is his pitch count is all the way up to 55. He hasn't recorded an out here in the 4th inning. It's the first, as that one is a strike to Zach Tollerman. Behind in the count 0-2 is the former Spartan. That one, fastball that missed way up. Cowens came out of the squat and still couldn't catch it.
A big miss there from Joseph Lee. That'll wake you up a little bit.
Zach Tollerman, when you look at the league statistics, batters over 50 at-bats, he leads in slugging, he leads in OPS as he watches that one for strike 3.
All that doesn't matter if you don't pick up the bat. A slider down the middle of the plate from Joseph Lee, and he just couldn't get it going.
Now it's Sam Artois, another guy who, for the Blues, is up there in a lot of statistical categories, including total bases, which he is 5th in the entire league for total bases. 3rd in doubles, tied for 4th with triples, tied for 9th in home runs. As he watches a first pitch slider down. I talked about it yesterday, but these two guys in the middle of the order for the Blues are two guys who have serious MVP talks within the league. As another slider to Artois misses.
They certainly both have a case. They kind of emerged quickly. There was a few names that were being thrown around like throughout the most of the season, like James Bowes, the shortstop for the Legends. They've emerged quickly.
Artois rips this one down the line, but it's a couple feet foul, 91 miles an hour off the lumber.
I mean, looking at OPS leaders with at least 50 at-bats, and Tollerman is 3rd with 1074.
Artois watches a changeup just below the knees. He's in a hitter's count, 3 balls and 1 strike.
Well, and Ryan, don't look now, man. I mean, we've been talking about Artois and Tollerman. Diego Murillo has been ascending very quickly.
4th in the entire league in batting averages. Artois hits this one high and shallow into right field. Racing in on it is Dellinger, and he will snow cone it for the 2nd out.
Yeah, kind of a spin move after he caught it, too. Loses the hat in the process, but Artois just kind of caught that off the end of the bat. He saw it very well. I think just got it going a little bit too early, hence the pop out to left.
Now it's Charlie Caruso, who you may remember just a couple nights ago on a brisk Thursday evening, he hit a ball 407 feet. That was 2 innings after he hit a ball 353 feet. He got to trot the bases twice against the Alameda Merchants. First pitch to him is away, a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes to today's backstop. 2 home run day. Granted him the designated hitting on the following game on Friday, where he went 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts and a couple of walks. Caruso calls time. There's the 1-1. It's a slider that catches the outside part for a called strike.
It's a good pitch, man. Caruso didn't like it. He shook his head, but, I mean, that hit the outside corner. Throwing darts, Joseph Lee.
Caruso didn't appear this last year for the Wildcats at Northwestern, as this one misses away. But a couple days ago when he had that incredible game against the Merchants, he said that the Wildcats better get used to him. He's going to be there for a long time. Decided to get some more opportunities there as he swings and misses at the off speed for strike 3. Another 1-2-3 inning for Joseph Lee. He sat down 10 straight as we head into the 5th inning on the SLO Blues streaming network. Bryce Johnson shove day? I think yes. We got a pitcher's duel on our hand, 4 innings through, and it's 0-0. Only 2 total hits between both teams. And scratch that, Merchants have both of them. Blues are still being no hit through 4 innings. As Johnson will face Deuce Filter to lead off this inning. First pitch slider misses away.
This beautiful afternoon, and all I can think about is Bryce Johnson's slider.
Sitting high 70s, low 80s, and fooling these Legends hitters. The 1-0 is a fastball ducking out of the way. Is Filter, who was hit by a pitch and stranded on third in that 3rd inning where they loaded the bases with 2 outs.
Remember John Damazonio's fastball?
I remember a lot of things about John Damazonio.
I remember.
Do you remember? Every Sunday last summer, coming to the ballpark, it's just a big smile on your face. The same way Bryce Johnson makes me feel as that one runs inside. 3 balls and no strikes.
Friends call him Johnny Shoves. St. Mary's Gale pitched for the Blues last year. Similar role of Bryce Johnson this year.
Shove on Sundays. This one misses away. A 4-pitch walk to start the inning.
Not ideal with a leadoff walk. And, you're in a tight ball game, goose eggs across the board, and you're trying to minimize the mistakes as much as possible. I'd say Johnson has done so, but he has a propensity to kind of get in these jams created by himself, but then he gets out of them.
Deuce Filter has now reached base safely twice via hit by pitch and a walk in his summer debut with the Menlo Park Legends. Now it's the leadoff batter Degler as he watches a fastball in the dirt. Degler, base hit in the 3rd, a ground out in the 1st, 1 for 2. Throw over to first is not in time.
You've been seeing that A move from Bryce Johnson, and they've been very close over at first. We saw the B/C move once. He kind of just lobbed it over to first base. That A move is deadly. If I'm a runner on first, I'm making sure I'm staying his feet very well.
Fastball for a called strike. First strike of the inning for Bryce Johnson. Catches the outside against today's center fielder and leadoff hitter. James Bowes waits on deck. He got a walk in this game. Shuffles off first, throw over. Tag not applied from Lopez as Filter slides back in. Some action in the Blues bullpen as Jaden Turner is starting to play some catch. The 1-1 is swung on and laced back up the middle. It's going to fall in front of Furness for a base hit. Couple of hops, and it'll keep the base runner, Deuce Filter, at second. Back-to-back base runners to start the 5th inning for Bryce Johnson.
His second knock of the day for Charlie Degler. Almost broke his bat that time, fisted into center field. That's one of those pesky singles as a pitcher. You make a pitch that you like, and the hitter just kind of defensively puts on a swing. It somehow finds some green grass and continues the inning. Bryce Johnson has still yet to record an out, and there's 2 runners on.
Now it's James Bowes as Dean Traynor is going to come out and talk to his starter. Bowes this season has been far and away the best hitter for this Legends team. 39 hits in his 113 at-bats. Recorded a couple of home runs. 18 RBIs. 9 walks. And 11 hit by pitches to his 13 strikeouts.
That's tied for first in the CCL. As many hit by pitches as doubles, which also leads the CCL.
It's just a ball magnet, the lumber and the body of James Bowes. And he leads this team in at-bats, and it's not close. I shouldn't say it's not close. The only person who is close is Quincy Villa, who has 11 less. But after that, you'll look, and it's 20 less for Will Anderson, who's not in today's lineup. Or is Quincy Villa. 2 key pieces for this Legends team that are getting the day off, as that one is fouled back and directly to our right. Strike 1.
That's 2 showcase players right there for Menlo Park not playing.
Yeah, you got to think they played. This is game 4 in a row for the Legends, and they've lost their last 3. So maybe just a shake-up, especially against a team that is the hottest team in all of the CCL, winning 11 of their last 13. Corners play in, middle infield double play depth. Slider misses low. Good take there from Bose, who triggered, but did not offer at it. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike, with Deuce Filter on second and Degler on first.
That hottest team title used to belong to the OC Riptide with a 7-game win streak, but the Saints put that to an end last night.
A 6-3 win for the Saints in extra innings. The game finished at 11 o'clock as this one is laced into center field. Furness will shift his shoulders and make the grab. Running back towards the warning track, 96 miles an hour off the bat. Deuce Filter was halfway to third, and he stays at second, not able to tag up.
Yeah, Filter knows he messed up too. With 0 outs and a fly ball hit to center field, you're a runner at second base, a ball hit behind you, you have to be tagging. You're not going halfway. Now, you would be going halfway if there was 1 out and the ball was hit in front of you, but it's kind of it's an in-between spot, but no credit to him there. He knows that he has to tag up on that play, and you saw him go back to second base and slap his helmet.
Now it's Birdsall. Murillo fakes the second. Pitch comes in. It's a slider in the dirt. Blocked by Caruso. Runner goes for third. Caruso didn't see it, and sliding in safely is Deuce Filter, who advances on the wild pitch.
And Filter gets his get back. He made a base running mistake just now on that deep fly ball from Bose, but it's okay because a wild pitch from Charlie off the leg of Charlie Caruso puts him 90 feet away.
A sac fly would give the Legends the lead here in the 5th inning. The fastball misses down. Pops in and out of the glove of Caruso, but he's able to corral it.
The corners would play in here. Lopez playing in, holding on the runner at first, and Ardois playing in at third base. The entire infield is not in because there is a runner at first. They're playing at double play depth. If they turn a double play, they can get out of the inning with a ground ball.
Filter is dancing off third base. Johnson doesn't care as this one is skied high and deep to right. It's in foul territory, and Hicksonbaugh is going to let it drop. Smart play from Hicksonbaugh. Goes as a long strike as he just watched that one drop. Instead of it being a sacrifice fly, Bryce Johnson gets another opportunity to get a ground ball and get out of this inning.
Yeah, I was just thinking as Hicksonbaugh was running in foul ground, let it go, because you're not going to be in a good spot to catch it and throw it home. And some good wheels over at third base, and Deuce Filter, who is the second baseman today, and he'll be able to score easily on that as Hicksonbaugh would have to reset his feet.
And he scared me a little bit. It's one of the ones where you just run over to the foul line, you kind of just stand on the foul line, make sure it doesn't come back into fair territory, and have no intent to catch it. The 1-2 is swung on and chopped, but foul.
So with the middle infield playing back and 1 out, if you're the runner at third and Deuce Filter, you're seeing the ball come off the bat at a downward angle, you're taking off. Right on a ground ball, you're going towards home. So if the batter and Birdsall puts it on the ground, expect to see Filter to put his head down and jet towards the plate.
Swung on and chopped to third. Ardois makes the play, but his throw to second is low. It squirts into the outfield, and a run will score.
And he's 6 from Ardois, and a rare mistake from Murillo too, though. This might have been a 50-50 ball that Ardois or that Murillo would be able to handle. Just goes underneath the wickets, and the inning continues. Filter comes in to score on the error by the third baseman Ardois, who couldn't quite get it to the second baseman in the chest.
You got exactly what you wanted, a soft ground ball to one of your infielders, and you just couldn't make the play. Now that'll bring up Rabago with runners on the corners and 1 out. Now a 1-0 ball game. Turner still getting loose in the bullpen. That one misses high. Cutter there.
Blues hadn't committed an error in 4 games prior to that.
And they're on a 5-game winning streak. Any relation?
Plenty.
So that would make them, I believe, they're like 9-2.
9-2.
When they don't make an error.
That was such a big theme earlier this season, and in this winning streak, it's something that we've all just kind of forgotten about, right? You play some clean baseball, and you kind of forget about the problems you used to have.
It's kind of something that, no errors is expected, but when you do make errors, it's a big issue. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and fouled back. Ace is free, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. With 1 run in the top of the 5th inning, Bryce Johnson trying to get another ground ball. See if this one is successfully turned double play for the Blues and get out of this inning with just the 1 run of damage. Couple of looks at first. Now comes home. It's a slider that's chopped. Deuce Filter led off this inning, a 9-hole with a walk. He scored. Degler then followed it up with a opposite field base hit. James Bowes flew out to deep center field, and Mitchell Birdsall reached via an error. That's where we are right now with Rubago, the 5th hitter of this inning, who has grounded out twice. Slider swung on and missed for strike 3. Strikeout number 7 for Bryce Johnson. Now he's an out away from getting out of this inning.
Oh my God, this beautiful day, all I can think about is that slider. That was gorgeous.
And he has really nice stuff, but when he can't locate it, it can be a big issue for him. That's kind of what's been the issue today. Giving up 3 walks and a hit by pitch put him in some trouble. 2 on with 2 out. First pitch swinging is Calzamitis. O'Hara will wave his right arm and make the grab with 2 hands. About 10 steps in the outfield grass. The Merchants get a run on an error, but the Blues bats are back up in the bottom of the 5th inning. Leading it off, it'll be Gavin Smith here on the SLO Blues streaming network. So left fielder Gavin Smith due up. Bottom half of the 5th inning, the Blues are now trailing 1-0 after Deuce Filter scored on the error from Sam Ardois. Smith will be followed by Furness and Lopez. 6, 7, 8 due up. Smith watches the first pitch high for ball 1. Popped out in the second. After going 1 for 3 yesterday, as that one is hit hard down the line, but foul. 98 off the bat. Couldn't straighten it out.
Well, now we go, right, Ryan? Get the offense going. You're only trailing by 1. The Blues are certainly capable of tacking on more runs than that.
Gavin Smith hitting .226 this year. 10 RBIs, no home runs in league play. Watches a slider for a called strike 2. He did famously hit that towering home run in his first ever at-bat as a San Luis Obispo Blue. That was on opening day against the Coastal Dodgers in the first inning. Don Jordan and Cato Harris scored as he hits this one pretty well and deep into right center field. Racing over and watching it drop in front of them is Vasquez. There goes the no-hitter for Joseph Lee, a leadoff knock for Gavin Smith in the 5th inning.
A blooper into right center, and hey, sometimes that's all it takes, 120-mile-an-hour line drive in the books. And I'm not sure what Vasquez is doing in right. He had a beat on that ball, threw on the brakes for a few seconds, and kind of tripped over himself, and almost looked like he let it drop.
So Gavin Smith picks up knock number 20 in league play. So that brings up Eric Furness, today's center fielder. Furness has only played in 4 games with the Blues. Started 2 as he's first pitch swinging and hits this one into center field, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Back-to-back knocks to start the inning for the Blues on back-to-back pitches. They're in business with 2 on and nobody out for Sebastian Lopez.
Another weird read from the outfield. Degler, I think, had a beat on this one, too. I understand when line drives hit in center are kind of in-betweeners, but I think if Degler was aggressive and just went for it, he'd be able to catch it with his glove facing down.
Sebastian Lopez comes in. He has not started a game in quite a while. Last time was the 10th of July, 10 days ago. He went 0 for 5 with the golden sombrero as he squares the bunt, and it's a beauty, but it just trickles foul.
Man, that was a matter of millimeters right there. Just some funky spin. That's a foul ball.
Sebastian Lopez has recorded 2 RBIs on the season. He's looking to make it 3. One of those RBIs came on a hit-by-pitch against the Arroyo Seco Saints. See if he squares again. He does. This time it's popped up, but the catcher, Cowens, cannot get to it quick enough as it was popped up in foul territory, and now Lopez will be swinging away in the 2-strike count.
As a hitter, I mean, I think everyone's hearts just kind of skip a beat when they pop up a bunt like that, because pretty much every coach I have played for, and pretty much every coach most of these guys have played for, emphasize the importance of getting a bunt down. When you pop it up, it gets ugly sometimes.
Lopez, second year with the Blues, after spending 2 years at Seattle U as he fouls that one out of play. Technically 3. He did redshirt a season there, but is going into his 3rd year of eligibility. Last season with the Blues, he recorded just 1 hit and 31 at-bats with a couple of walks. He's had a much better summer already. Still struggled a little bit. 1 for 14 in league play. As he swings and laces that one into the left center field gap. This one's going to get down for a base hit. Rene Regalado waves in Gavin Smith. Stretching it to a double is Sebastian Lopez as the shortstop Bose knocks down the base umpire. It'll be an RBI double for Sebastian Lopez.
Look at that kid. Good job, Seabass, just nestling this one in the left center gap. You were just talking about how he's looking for another RBI. Well, make it 3 on the summer for Lopez. Hit where they ain't.
His 3rd RBI and first Blues run of this game as they tied up right after they gave up the run in the top half of this inning. 3 straight hits against Joseph Lee, who came into this inning with a no-hitter. As coming out to talk with the entire infield, and his pitcher is the pitching coach for the Menlo Park Legends. Blues are in first place. They need a little bit of help if they want to be the 1 seed, even though they are currently the 1 seed. If they want to maintain it, they will need to win out and at least get a loss from the team that's in 2nd place, which today could happen as the Stompers, who are in 2nd, are playing the Walnut Creek Crawdads with a 4 o'clock start down at Arnold Field. You're a Blues fan, you're rooting for the Walnut Creek Crawdads, which might sound weird, but if the Stompers lose that game, the Blues then would be 5, and the Blues win. They would be 5 games, magic number for first place would be 5. With 5 games left to play, if they won out, they would be the 1 seed, get a bye in the wild card, and get to host the CCL North Championship game. That would be on the 30th of July. If they won that game, they would get to play in the CCL Championship as the infield comes in, and first pitch swinging is Kate O'Hara. He flies it into right field. We'll see if Furness takes off. He does. The throw to the plate is going to be cut off, and a weird slide into home from Furness. She's covered head to toe in dirt. Sack fly from Kate O'Hara.
Yeah, and for a second there, I thought that was going to be too shallow for Furness to come in and tag to score. It clearly wasn't. Vasquez took a long time to get that throw into the infield. The first baseman, Birdsall, mishandled it, and with a head-first slide, Furness Scorpions in for the second run of the game.
Blues take their first lead of the game on an RBI sack fly from Kate O'Hara, and the bottom of this order has been productive for the Blues. 3 hits and a sack fly have produced 2 runs. Now they'll flip it back over to the top, and Diego Murillo, as he watches his slider for a ball. They got to feel so good when the bottom of the order scores a couple of runs, and now you have a runner in scoring position and just 1 out. You got 3 of your 4 best hitters due up. That one misses up and in to Diego Murillo.
If no one else got me, the bottom of the order got me.
Zach, we got 1 out. Yeah.
2 balls and no strikes to the leadoff hitter wearing his red batting gloves as he swings and misses at a slider. Waited on it, but waited just a little too late. Swung over the top for strike 1.
He wears those gloves so much. He takes so many reps as a hitter swinging. I talked to him yesterday without his gloves on, and there's a red stain on his hands.
2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out with Lopez on second. Murillo fouls that one back. In yesterday's game, Murillo batted 5th. He went 0 for 1, but he drew a couple of walks, had an RBI, a stolen base. Also was hit by pitch and scored a run in the 8th inning, which propelled the Blues to a win. He was the 3rd run of that inning, some insurance. Scored on a Gavin Smith 2 RBI single. Now with no Royal in the lineup, jumps to the leadoff spot as he gets buckled on that slider, but it misses inside and the count runs full. Murillo is 0 for today and 0 for a lifetime against Joseph Lee. Here's the 3-2. It's swung on and fouled off. Might be playable for the first baseman, Birdsall, as he races over and hits the netting in front of the Blues bullpen.
Our press box director?
Nope, no relation.
Yeah.
Both Lees, both names start with a J. Got my Joseph and my Jacobs mixed up. Set at the letters. Here's the 3-2. Swung on in. Popped into center field. It's going to be a tough play, but the shortstop, Bose, will call everybody off and make the play while backpedaling towards the center fielder, Degler. Another P6 for Diego Murillo. He's 0 for 3 in today's game. As it brings up Jake Hicksenbaugh. Yeah, when you look at this scorecard for the Blues thus far, 1 through 5 for the Blues, they are 0 for 9. And the 6, 7, 8, 9 hitters, they are 3 for 7 with 2 RBIs and an extra base hit. First pitch to Hicksenbaugh. Fastball catches the outer part. Strike 1. Pitch right on the black. To the lefty. One of 2 lefties in today's lineup for the Blues. The other one, Caruso, who bats 5th and catches. That one is high and pops in and out of the glove of the catcher, Cowens. No movement from Lopez over at second base. Hicksenbaugh just recently committed to play at CSU Pueblo up in Colorado after spending a year with the Lobos at Monterey Peninsula. Batted .231 there. Cowens stretches his arm out to the left and makes that grab. The keep it in front. 2 balls and a strike. An all-turf field out there at CSU Pueblo. Ball's going to move when it's hit on the ground. Hixenbaugh flinches but leaves that slider down, and he's in a hitter's count. 3 balls and 1 strike. Last summer with the Blues, he went 19 for 77. That's good for almost a 250 average. A couple of doubles, 22 stolen bases. That led all Blues players. This year has not quite stolen as many bags, just 9. He waits the 3-1. It's a slider that misses away. A 5-pitch walk to Jake Hixenbaugh gives Zach Tollerman a chance with 2 on and 2 out.
Good patient at bat from Hicks, especially after a couple of Ks to begin your afternoon. Sees the whole arsenal from Joseph Lee. 2 runners on for ZT.
And this is a huge at bat for Zach Tollerman, personally, because I would say the only knock on him to not be the CCL MVP is that he hasn't driven in a ton of runners. Only 16, and when you look at some of the other guys who are in the conversation, they have 25, 33. If he could drive in a run here, that could be huge for his case, as that one misses up and in.
A bit ironic because he hits in a spot in the order where you can drive in runs. That's usually my knock with RBI, no pun intended, is that it's kind of situational, but he's in the spot.
That one misses in. 2 balls and no strikes. You look at Brady Shannon, who's another guy who, in that conversation, he has 33. That leads the league. John Ewens has 25 with his over 1,000 OPS. You got to scroll all the way down. As that one is a called strike, an off-speed pitch. To number 30 to find Zach Tollerman. Even though he's 3rd in the league in OPS of hitters over 50 at-bats. It's kind of the qualifications that Nate and I have set, because when you look at some of these guys, you got Cole Sindo from the Waves, who has almost a 1,400 OPS. He only has 13 at-bats. Nate Johnson with the Oaks, very similar, 1329 OPS, also 13 at-bats. As that one misses inside, a walk to Zach Tollerman. Not an RBI, but the OPS is going up for sure. Reached base safely twice on 2 different walks.
Sure is. We talked about how he hit stride with slugging at a certain point in the season. Now it's kind of flipped in the on-base part. He has been a walk machine lately.
That's his 15th walk in league play. As we're going to have another meeting at the mound, and it's going to be a new pitcher to face Sam Ardois with the bases loaded and 2 outs. We will tell you who it is. We'll tell you all about them. So the Blues have already scored 2 runs in this inning. Sebastian Lopez, an RBI double. Kate O'Hara, a sac fly, and they grab the lead. It's 2-1 Blues on the So Blues streaming network. The 6'6 Spider will step on the bump for the Menlo Park Legends. The Richmond Spider, who spent 4 years there, entering his grad year. This last season, very limited action. He just saw a third of an inning where he got it out. The year before that, it was a rough one for him. 23 1/3 innings pitched with a 13 ERA. There was 17 appearances. He had 17 walks in 23 innings 17 strikeouts in 23 innings with 8 walks. Gave up 9 home runs as well. As Ardois would love a home run right here. Be his 3rd of the year. With the bases loaded, he watches strike 1. Ardois 0 for 1, a flyout in the 4th and a walk in the 1st. Blues have scored 2 runs already this inning. Started with a base hit from Gavin Smith, followed by a base hit from Furness, and then an RBI double from Sebastian Lopez, as Ardois watches that fastball at the letters for strike 2. O'Hara hit a sac fly to score Furness, a pop out from Murillo, and then back-to-back walks from Hicksonbaugh and Tollerman have the bases loaded with 2 outs for today's third baseman. Trying to make up for the error he committed in the top half of this inning, which feels like that happened yesterday. Here's the 0-2. A slider that's yanked and stopped by Counts. Spent 4 years at Richmond, as I mentioned. This last year, I said he got that 1 out. I was on senior night. As Ardois rips that one through the 4-hole for a base hit. Rounding third is Jake Hicksonbaugh. The right fielder bobbles it, and taking advantage and getting to second base is Sam Ardois. A hit and an error gives the Blues 2 runs, and they tack on 2 more in the 5th.
That's a way to respond. A 4 spot in the bottom of the 5th inning. Ardois talked about it time and time again, going the opposite way, punching a base hit through the 4-hole, perfectly placed, and he celebrated all right, pointing towards his boys in the dugout. The Blues have life in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Life they have indeed, and it's all thanks to the bottom of the order, creating some momentum for the top of this order, who continued it. Now it's Caruso, who's the 9th batter of this inning. Standing on deck is Gavin Smith, who led it off. Blues looking to bat around here in the bottom of the 5th inning. A 4-run frame as Caruso takes a huge hack at a first pitch fastball, and he swings over the top of it. Called strike. There's a fun fact about pitcher Anderson in high school. He was a member of the men's chorus and the Chinese club. That one misses away. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's a 1-2. Swung on and half swung down the third baseline and foul. One ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs to Charlie Caruso, the catcher. Here's the pitch. Misses away. Deuce is wild.
An inning that was just unfolding for the Legends. Game momentum here. The Blues got it all on their side right now.
There's a 2-2. Misses away, and the count runs full. From 0-2 to 3-2. Full count. Misses up. Works a walk. Charlie Caruso works a walk, I should say, as the bases are now loaded once more for Gavin Smith.
The Blues have officially batted around with that walk to Caruso. Bases juiced for Gavin Smith. Really looking to bust it open here with 2 outs.
First pitch to Gavin Smith is hit high, but not deep into left field. Feliciano's hat falls off, and the ball falls into his glove for the third out of the inning. But the Blues score 4 runs and take a commanding lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. We head into the top of the 6th. We'll see if it's Johnson or if it's a new pitcher for the Blues. SLO Blues Streaming Network.
That's fine.
New pitcher for the Blues is the right-hander, hailing from Billings, Montana, Bulldog from Allen Hancock, who is making his 10th appearance for the Blues. It's Jaden Turner. 22 innings pitched, 18 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, 5 walks to his 22 strikeouts. Has also recorded a save. It's good for a 2.45 ERA and a 1.05 WHIP. Been a stud in high leverage situations for the Blues out of the bullpen. That's one right here, up 3, trying to win game number 6 in a row. That fastball misses down for ball 1. The game between the Walnut Creek Crawdads and the Sonoma Stompers starts in about 5 minutes. We'll give live updates on that game as they appeal to first and they say he went around.
That's a big one right there.
Some other CCL news. The Riptide are beating the Oaks 9-2 in the bottom of the ninth. The 1-1 is nubbed off the end of the bat. Charging it is Murillo. He'll stop, gather it, throw it to first for the first out.
Well, Cowan's kind of Cadillacing it over to first. You're down by 3. Let's hustle to first.
Might get an earful from his coach once he runs back to the dugout. He's given more hustle running back to the dugout than he did down the first baseline. Now it's Zach Vasquez. 1 for 2, a base hit and a strikeout for the right fielder today. The two-way guy. First pitch from Turner is a yanked fastball.
Been to Tucson?
I've not been to Tucson.
Vasquez from a suburb of Tucson.
Vail, Arizona. The 1-0 is fouled up and the Aces are free. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out in the top half of the 6th inning with number 11, Jaden Turner, on the mound. Recorded an out against Blake Cowens and now faces Vasquez. 1-1, swung on a miss. That in the count is Jaden Turner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Vasquez making his debut as a hitter today. He's pitched in about 10 innings for this team as he rolls it on the ground. Ardois will cut it off. Spin throw. It's way high. Ardois' second error of the game, as that's just poor communication there on that left side of the infield. O'Hara was kind of camped behind that one, and although they say the priority goes to the third baseman because he's ranging more towards first base, O'Hara had that one easy.
Man, that was a missile, though, from Ardois. If he was able to corral it and throw it just a little bit lower and get that arm slot on the money more to Lopez, he would have gunned him out at first base.
Baseball is a game of inches, and that one just inches high as that one is fouled. Straight back. Vasquez on first. It's a 1-out base runner for the bottom of this order, and Emilio Feliciano, who's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts today. 2 of 7 strikeouts that Bryce Johnson recorded in his outing. A swinging and missing. The throw down to second. The runner goes, and it's high. Wild pitch puts Vasquez in scoring position with 1 out. It's 0-2 to the left fielder, Feliciano.
On a good job by O'Hara there to back up his second baseman, Murillo, on a high throw from Caruso. If he weren't there, that's another extra 90 feet that Vasquez could have taken.
Caruso will come out and talk to Jaden Turner, make sure they're on the same page. With the runner on second now, going through their signs, make sure they're not tipping pitches.
Yeah, this one not over. The tying run stands in the hole for the Legends. That's Deuce Filter.
Blues. Magic number to make the playoffs is 5. Nate and I have a full explanatory video that was posted today on the Blues Instagram page for more information about that, as swinging and missing for strike 3 is Emilio Feliciano. To briefly break it down, Blues magic number is 5. What the magic number means is it's the number of Blues wins combined with the number of losses from the team in 4th place, which, as it stands today, is the Alameda Merchants. So if the Blues get a win, that magic number decreases by 1. So if they win today, 5 becomes 4. Let's say, hypothetically, the Merchants don't play today, but hypothetically, if the Merchants played today and they lost, that magic number would then go from 4 to 3. First pitch to Deuce Filter is a fastball for a called strike. So if the Blues win 5 out of the last 6 games, they're in the playoffs, regardless of what any other team does. But if they only win 4 out of the last 6 or less, they're going to need some help from that 4th place team. Quickly, it's 0-2 to Deuce Filter, who's reached base safely twice today on a hit by pitch and a walk.
It's that time of year again, folks. Some bracketology, crunching the numbers.
And now if the Blues want the 1 seed, their magic number is 7, which means a win today would put that to 6. The only difference with that magic number is we need losses from the 2nd place team. So when this is high, a fastball. Currently in second place is the Walnut Creek, the Sonoma Stompers, who play the Walnut Creek Crawdads. That game, first pitch is in about a minute. So you're rooting for the Dads as a Stompers fan. He's with a Stompers loss and a Blues win. That magic number for first place then becomes 5. Swung on and fouled back.
All that being said, you want the Blues to win.
You want the Blues to win.
Yes.
That is the moral of the story. Here's the third straight 1-2 offering. It's swung on and poked down the line in right field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Rounding third and heading for home is Vasquez. He's going to score with ease as Hicksonbaugh throws it to his cutoff man, Murillo. An RBI single for Deuce Filter, who's now a perfect 1-for-1, but he's reached base safely all 3 times he's come to the plate.
Yeah, Filter funneled this one down the right field line, perfectly placed in between the chalk. Nothing Hicksonbaugh could do. Vasquez could easily score from second base, and the Legends have brought it within 2.
Filter, funnel, I like it.
Yep.
Small lead off first. That's the leadoff hitter, Degler, who squares the butt and pulls it back. Caruso wants an appeal. They say he didn't go around. 2 for 3 today, a couple of knocks, and a ground out to start this game in the first. Blues scored 4 in the bottom of the 5th after giving up a run in the top of the 5th. They immediately took the lead. Some production from the bottom of the order as that fastball misses below the kneecaps for ball 2. Degler squatting in the left-handed batter's box with a slightly open stance. Watches that fastball for a called strike. Menlo Park Legends are on the brink of being completely eliminated from playoff hopes. Currently, they are 6 games out of third place as Turner makes a move to first. So, if I'm not mistaken, with a loss today, the Menlo Park Legends would be eliminated. Here's a 2-1. Swung on and fouled back, and the deuces are wild. And yeah, I am correct. If the Blues were to beat the Legends would officially become eliminated. Two. Degler leaned out over that one, but didn't swing at it. Just watched it all the way into the mid of Caruso, and the count runs full with 2 outs. And Deuce Filter on first. Runner will be off. Tying run stands at the plate. Huge pitch about halfway through this game as he swings and misses for strike 3. Jaden Turner gets his second strikeout, and that ends the top half of the 6th inning. Blues have some momentum, and the bats are back up. It's 4-2 Blues on the Blues streaming network. Furness will lead off this inning for San Luis Obispo Blues in the bottom of the 6th, which is brought to you by Ancient Owl Beer Garden and Bottle Shop, your go-to spot for every Blues road game, located just around the corner from Sinsheimer. Ancient Owl is the official home of the Blues Watch Party all season long. Ancient Owl, choose your beer wisely. 1-1 count to Eric Furness, and got to get in on that Ancient Owl action with our only road game remaining being on Friday against the Conejo Oaks. Foes from down south as Furness swings at that fastball and fouls it off.
Come hang.
Come hang. You might see me there. I got a $10 gift card, so I feel like I got to go use it.
Gotta go without the gift card, too.
True, but that gives me even more of a reason to go.
Hey, you famously won the attendance guess.
Yes. I had the option between that and Brightside Pizza. I've heard good things. As Furness swings and laces that one into the left center field gap for a base hit. He rounds first, and he's going to head for second. A stand-up double. Actually, he slides into second. A double for Eric Furness. His second hit of the game.
A 97-mile-an-hour barrel from Eric Furness, and he was flying around the base paths, too. Did you see that? Got a great jump going around first and into second base safely with the slide.
Now with a runner on second and no outs, it'll be Sebastian Lopez, and the bottom of this order continues to be productive for the Blues. Furness with 2 hits. He's the only Blue with 2 hits in today's game. A couple of extra base knocks. The other one coming from the guy in the box right now as that fastball is yanked. Such a good sign to see Lopez get a knock. He has only recorded 2 now in league play. Maybe that extra base hit has his feet under him, and he's ready to roll. In the 1-0, as that one misses inside. He can play an integral part in this Blues playoff run. He's one of 2 first basemen that these Blues have. The other one, Zach Tollerman, who's been battling injuries. He would probably prefer, the whole Blues team would probably prefer Tollerman to be at the designated hitter spot so that he doesn't further injure himself, as that one is a called strike. Which means Lopez is going to get some reps over at first.
He's looked comfortable so far. Looks like he belongs there for sure.
It's nice having him out there, too, on a day like today. Lopez at first, Murillo at second, O'Hara at short, and Ardois at third. You have 4 shortstops manning the infield. 4 guys who are really rangy, good with the glove, have good arms. It's a 2-1. Swung on a hit on the ground to the shortstop, Bose. Furness is going to go for third. The throw is not in time. Furness with the aggressive base running, and it pays off. That's the Blues style, aggressiveness.
That's not aggressive. That's not smart. You're not supposed to do that on a ground ball hit in front of you, and he just took off towards third. If anything, it was lucky for Eric Furness to get in at third safely.
He slides into third safely in front of 919 fans here at the ballpark today. Now there's runners on the corners and nobody out for Cade O'Hara, who's 0 for 1 with a sac fly and a strikeout.
A little less than 100 off on that attendance guess.
I'm so close. But so far.
What'd you put?
I'm probably not going to podium. I put 902.
Oh, okay.
17
That's
off.
pretty good.
I really wanted to put something in the teens, but I decided not to. O'Hara's late on the fastball for strike 1.
I was going to do a 10:30 job, but then I was like, might be too low.
Yeah.
But I was too high.
I didn't think it was quite 10, so that's why I went in the 9s. I didn't know how low to go, and I just went a little too low. 902 is not bad. O'Hara swings and misses again. Another fastball at the letters, and O'Hara can't catch up with it. I'd be happy if I get on the podium.
Indoors have been good, man.
Yeah, last night, third place was 3 away.
Yeah.
Second place was 2 away, and somebody guessed it on the dot. Yesterday's attendance was 1223. O'Hara, late swing and fouls it off. Another fastball in the same exact spot. Anderson tried to blow it by O'Hara, but was unable to. Furness on third, and Lopez on first. With no outs, the Blues lead it by 2. Look to make it more. Against the Menlo Park Legends, we're riding a 4-game losing streak. And with a loss in today's game would be officially eliminated from playoffs as O'Hara swings and misses for strike 3. O'Hara, that sac fly in the 5th, but it's now sandwiched between a couple of strikeouts. In his last start, he had a 3 strikeout day as well. So he's struck out in 5 of his last 7 plate appearances. Brings up the top of the order Diego Murillo, who is 0 for 3 in today's game. He is the only Blues player other than O'Hara to not reach base safely. Huge hole on the right side as he squares the butt and pulls it back. Rene Regalado gives out the signs as the Blues appear to be playing some small ball. Up 2. Medium-sized leadoff first for Lopez. Murillo squares again. It's a good bunt, but it's just foul.
I don't know why we're having Murillo bunt. I know he's a 0 for 3 day today. He's got a trio of soft contact. But come on, this is a guy who is top 5 in the league in batting average, and you're essentially taking his ability to find some outfield grass out of his hands.
Taking the bat out of the hands of one of the most productive hitters for the Blues, who's batting leadoff today. You almost never see your leadoff guy bunt unless maybe 2 outs with nobody on. He's trying to create something. So the Aces are free. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Lopez takes off for second. Murillo swings and chops it to second. Going to be no play with Lopez on the run. The throw goes to first, and it's an RBI ground out for Diego Murillo.
When the Blues score, you score.
Well, the Blues get one of those runs back.
$3 Miller Lights, $4 field recording.
They do indeed, and they still have a runner in scoring position for Jake Hicksonball with 2 outs.
The score is 5-2.
Hicksonball was in this exact same situation in the 5th inning. Sebastian Lopez was on second base. There were 2 outs, and he drew a walk. See what he does here. That was against Joseph Lee, the starter. This is now Matthew Anderson, who yanks the first pitch fastball down by the shoe tops. Here's the 1-0, misses away. 2 balls and no strikes to today's right fielder. The Stompers Crawdads game is underway, and the Stompers have bases loaded with no outs in the first, and they actually just scored on a Paul Lazul fielder's choice. It's 1-0 Sonoma. Hicksonball hits that one high, but shallow on the outfield grass. The second baseman Filter will stand under it and make the grab. The Blues get a run on an RBI ground out from Diego Murillo, and they extend their lead back to 3. We head into the 7th inning. I'll pass it off to my partner, my pal, Nate Mills. He'll take you the rest of the way on the Blues Streaming Network.
Brought to you by
Top of the seventh inning here at Sinsheimer Stadium. The Blues lead 5-2 over the Menlo Park Legends. And a new catcher into today's game. Charlie Caruso's day is done. He's replaced by Cam Andrews. It's James Bowes leading it off. Bowes takes the first pitch high and inside for ball one. The pitcher is Jaden Turner, the right-hander out of Billings, Montana, and a recent commit of Cal State Northridge. Turner comes through from the windup, the pitch. 1-0, just misses off the plate outside. 2 balls and no strikes to James Bowes, who is 0 for 2 today. Grounded to third, walked, and flew out to center field. Here's the 2-0. Bowes moves his hands above a pitch inside. 3 balls and no strikes. And James's name has been in the top echelon of hitters in the CCL all summer. Here's the 3-0. It's 3-0 swinging and sends it into the bullpen for a long foul ball, strike one. Bowes, a former Lion from Loyola Marymount University, and also a former Viking from West Valley College, where he was all-conference both years in JUCO ball. Here's the 3-1. Bowes straightens this one out and sends it into left field. Smith has to move back. He backpedals and will make the one-handed grab for the first out of the inning. So Bowes is now 0 for 3 today, and it brings up Mitchell Birdsall, who is 0 for 3 as well. Birdsall a fly out to left, a strikeout swinging, and reached on an error by the shortstop O'Hara the last time he was up. The Blues have 2 errors this afternoon.
Both of which are by Artois.
Swing and a miss for strike one.
Tried to slow down the swing on the combio, Jaden Turner, but couldn't slow it down enough. Swung over the top.
Here's the 0-1. Birdsall, once again, an identical swing and miss for strike two. The redshirt sophomore first baseman from San Jacinto College, the Ravens, in the Houston suburbs. Taps this one foul down the third baseline.
Already 3-0 Stompers. Dylan McShane, the starter for the Crawdads, has yet to record an out.
Takes it outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And actually, Birdsall's a commit of Johnson University. He'll be playing in Knoxville, Tennessee this fall. Tagged into left field. Smith has to turn on the Jets. He's at the fence. It's off the top of the wall. Birdsall rounds first and heads into second with ease, and that's all he'll get. A 1-out double from the first baseman, Birdsall.
Yeah, he crushed that thing. It's never a good sign when the outfielder has to turn and you see the back of their head. Luckily for Jaden Turner, that one off the top of the wall, 98 miles an hour off the bat.
1-out, 2-bagger, and it brings up Austin Rabago, who's 0 for 3 today. Rabago grounded out to third and to first, and then struck out the last time he was up in the 5th. Rabago, a Warrior from Hendrix College, is an Anaheim, California native, playing in the Ozarks of Arkansas. The first pitch, and it misses low and inside for ball one. Rabago, in his spare time, cuts his teammate's hair. I might have to hit him up soon. I'm due. I've seen that trend happen more and more, where schools are including a little barber shop in the clubhouse. 1-0 is drilled up the middle, and it can't be caught by Furness in center. He might have had a tough time reading it. It's an error as Birdsall comes in to score. Jaden Turner is frustrated after that one, as Eric Furness commits the 3rd error of the afternoon for the Blues, and the Legends bring it back within 2.
That just can't happen. Point blank period. You're a team trying to make a playoff push. That ball was hit right at you. You had to take a couple steps in and make the grab. And just to capitalize on top of it, the ball got past his mitt and he jogged to go pick it up. Get on your horse, go sprint and get that ball. You might have had a play at second base to at least salvage an out on Rabago.
Furness took like a step in, and then he went backwards thinking it was a mistake, and then had to take another step in realizing it was falling fast. Had to kind of drop to one knee to get there and just clanked it at the last second. So now here's Cal Zamitis, who rolls inside of a pitch for ball one. So now Austin Rabago's at second base. It's a 5-3 game. The Blues still lead in the top half of the 7th. 3 straight innings in a row where the Legends have scored. Now the new catcher, Andrews, will head out to his right-hander, Jaden Turner, to get on the same page. As Midas is 0 for 2 today. Struck out looking, walked, and popped out to the shortstop, O'Hara.
It's 4-0 Sonoma. Attacking it on in the first.
Yeah.
They've only recorded 1 hit. They've scored 4 runs.
As a reminder, we are Crawdads fans today. 1-0. Big swing and a miss for strike 1.
Actually looks like the starter, Dylan McShane for the Crawdads, is done after recording just 1 out. They're bringing out Noah Zirkle.
If the Blues want a first place chance, you want the Crawdads. The 1-1. Swing and line to the third baseman, Ardois. He goes to second to get the runner Rabago, but he's safe.
Very, very close. A heads-up play from both Ardois and Murillo to get over to second base.
I think the only issue there, why they weren't able to turn that, is because it was so softly hit to Ardois at third. It was a lot of time in the air. So 2 outs now, and it's Blake Cowens, an 0 for 3 day. Pop out to short, a strikeout swinging, and a grounder to second. From the stretch, leaves it in the dirt, 1 ball, no strikes. Cowens again, a UIC Flame. Curtis Granderson was a Flame. The Cubs PA announcer was a Flame.
Good nugget.
Yep. I think one of the best backdrops in college baseball.
Really?
The city of Chicago, right behind the field.
I don't know if I've seen it, to be fully honest with you.
It's a turf field. It's a brick bleachers, and just the Chicago skyline.
That's electric.
In the heart of
I
Chicago.
love like the brick and right. Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Nice indoor facility too. The 1-1. Swings and foul, tips it straight back for strike 2. You know, we didn't have these facilities at Towson. We used the practice basketball courts to practice relays. Yeah.
That is not fun.
We had to like push some of the hardwood courts together and make a diamond. Here's the 1-2. Cowens taps it foul down the third baseline. We'll do it again. Now Ryan looking at some of the best backdrops in college baseball right now. Who happened to be pretty high on that list, Ryan?
ASU.
Yeah.
I don't love the backdrop at ASU. To
that
be
photo
fully
doesn't
honest.
do it justice.
Yeah.
The red rocks are really pretty.
BYU.
That's
got me going.
stunning.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-2. Pitch way upstairs, and Andrews has to jump to get there. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Something fell off the glove of Andrews.
Might be a thumb guard? Thumb Evo shield? Making sure you don't want to jam your thumb as a catcher. Yeah, Ryan just came across Point Loma Nazarene. That is my favorite. Now Turner comes set at the waist with a runner at second. The 2-2. Swing and a grounder down the third baseline once again, but it's a foul. Now Cowens is way early on these pitches from Turner.
UIC is on this list as well.
Yep. Is there a ranking, or is it just?
I think it's just from
Just vibes?
NCAA.
Oh,
11
okay.
best. 11. It says 11 of the best. Just this person's opinion.
Non-controversial. Deuces wild to Blake Cowens. Runner at second, the pitch. Blake goes the opposite way. It's a blooper into right. Hicksonbaugh dives again and make the catch. Are you kidding me? 3 diving catches in 3 days for Jake Hicksonbaugh. This one ends the inning and maintains the Blues lead 5-3.
Yeah, this is just a ridiculous catch from Hicksonbaugh to end the inning, saving a run.
Hicksonbaugh flashes the leather again. It's 5-3 Blues. It's time to stretch on the Slow Blues Streaming Network. Part of the order due up for San Luis Obispo as they look to extend over the Menlo Park legends. The right fielder Jake Hicksonbaugh made his third diving catch in as many games to end the inning. Zach Tollerman leads it off, and his first pitch swinging to the third baseman Zamaitis, who throws it over to first. It's offline, but the first baseman Birdsall will tag Tollerman for the first out of the inning. One pitch, one out for Matthew Anderson.
This is another update for you on that game up in Sonoma. It's 6-0 Stompers in the top of the first inning. The Dads are on their third pitcher. Or excuse me, they just ended the inning. Sorry.
Yeah, not good news if you're a Blues fan hoping to get that first place spot in the CCL North. The Blues have to win out to get that spot if the Crawdads take a loss today against the Stompers. First pitch misses outside to Sam Ardois, who's 1 for 2 today. Well, as we've said earlier, the Blues' magic number to make the postseason is 5. Sammy takes us one upstairs, and it's 2 balls and no strikes.
They have their own destiny in that game, in that situation.
If the Blues win out, they're in the postseason. They got the legends in their way first. 1-0 sent the opposite way and into the Blues bullpen down the right field line for a strike.
And they don't even actually have to win out to be in the postseason. With that magic number being 5, they technically could still lose one game.
It's the sum of the Merchants' losses and the Blues' wins equals 5, and that is the path to the playoffs. The 2-1. Ardois goes oppo again. This time the first baseman Birdsall might have a play, and it hits off the top of the fence in the Blues bullpen. And another foul ball to Sam Ardois. It's 2-2. Ardois, a recent commit of Northwestern State University in the great state of Louisiana, where he was born and raised. Baseball runs deep in his family. His father played at the highest level, and his older brother currently in the minor league system. It's Ardois' turn up next, but he's trying to make a name for himself with the Demons at Northwestern State first. The 2-2. Ardois with a nice leave on a slider outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And I would say Sam is on the right track based on how he's playing this summer with the Blues.
Yeah, what I love about Sam's numbers is that his on base was under 300. He's been able to work it up all the way to 355, and that doesn't include today's game where he's reached base safely twice.
Yeah, the strikeouts have been a bit problematic for Ardois this summer. 26 in his 107 at-bats and 124 plate appearances. Only 12 walks to pair with those 26 strikeouts. But when he puts bat in the ball the opposite way, it's usually for extra bases. This one grounded to shortstop, though. It's Bose who gobbles it up, short hops it over to first, and Birdsall with a nice dig out of the dirt makes the snare for the second out of the inning.
Birdsall has been the hero of this inning defensively for the Legends. He had to come off the bag on that throw from the third baseman Zamaitis, and then right there had to make a nice pick on the throw from Bose.
So here's Cam Andrews, the new catcher, who is replacing Charlie Caruso today. Caruso started and went 0 for 2 with a fielder's choice, a strikeout, and a walk. Didn't see him get injured in any way. As Andrews' is first pitch swinging, he sends it into left center field. Degler ranging to his right, and the speedy center fielder makes the grab on 2 feet for the third out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down. The Blues go in order in the bottom of the 7th. Into the 8th we go with SLO up by 2 on the SLO Blues streaming network. Robbie Lardner into today's game, replacing Jaden Turner out of the bullpen. The Blues up 5-3 against the Legends as the bottom of the order is due up. First pitch swinging, it's Zach Vasquez, and he plops it into right field, a base hit. Hixenbaugh no longer in right. He made a diving play to end the top half of the 7th. It's now Eric Furness who made an error in center. He gets shifted over to right. Hixenbaugh is now in left, and E.J. Royal returns to center field. He did not start in today's game, but now he's back in action with the new left-hander Robbie Lardner up on the hill. So a leadoff single for Zach Vasquez, and it's Emilio Feliciano. Here's the first pitch. Feliciano's first pitch hacking as well, and he sends it over the press box for strike one. Feliciano is 0 for 3 with a trio of Ks. When Vasquez stepped up to the plate to record his second base hit of the day, he was 1 for 3. Now Feliciano trying to avoid a golden sombrero from Lardner, who's always hunting for those punchies. Here's the 0-1. Slider slipping out of the fingertips of Robinson and misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Feliciano. With his teal glove, he comes set at the belly. Robinson sighs, looks at first, now delivers. Fastball missing up and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Feliciano. Emilio, a Coppin State commit, playing Division I baseball in Baltimore, Maryland. Just finished up a fun season at the College of San Mateo where his Bulldogs won the Coast Conference Championship. Pitch misses high to 3 balls and 1 strike now. Robinson coming off a long road of recovery from Tommy John surgery a couple years ago. And this 2025 season with the Blues is the first time he's thrown a competitive pitch in over 400 days. Feliciano takes high, and that's ball 4. Leadoff single, and now a walk to Feliciano puts 2 runners on base for the Legends. And that brings up the go-ahead run to the dish and Deuce Filter. Dean Traynor heads out to the mound. He saw Robinson Lardner kind of shake his left hand off during that last at-bat. And I think Dean is just trying to make sure that Robinson is okay. Again, he is recovering from Tommy John surgery, and he has been slowly making a return to the hill. He was dominant 3 years ago with the Blues in 2023. He was their everyday guy. He was their opening day starter. And that injury obviously set him back a couple of years, so really trying to be careful. And Robinson on those misses kind of flicking his fingers, almost like he was dealing with some numbness or tingling. But Dean Traynor's retreating back into the dugout, and Robinson will be dealing with a new hitter in Jordan Stuckey, Costa Mesa native from Greenville College, entering his junior season. Stuckey has only played in 1 game this summer, and it was against the Blues on June 8th. He went 0 for 2 that day. Here's the first pitch. Stuckey shows bunt and pulls it back, but it's a called strike, 0-1. So Stuckey will replace Deuce Filter at second base. Deuce went 1 of 1 today with an RBI single in the 6th. Aside from that, he was hit by pitch and walked. When he walked in the 5th, he came around to score the 1 lone run in that inning. Legends have scored at least 1 in their past 3 half innings. Shows bunt again, gets it down. It's a high bouncer to Lardner in front of the mound, and he bobbles it near foul ground. It goes down as an infield hit for the pinch hitter Jordan Stuckey, and we'll flip it to the top of the order now with runners at the corners for the Legends.
Bases loaded, no outs. Robbie puts himself in a tough situation off rip.
There is a right-hander getting loose in the bullpen for the Blues just in case it goes completely haywire. That's Matt Betancourt, the Sunbird from Fresno Pacific. The bases are juiced now with Charlie Degler at the dish. He's 2 for 4 today with a pair of singles. The left-hander gets ready and checks a swing, but it's a called strike, 0-1. A left-on-left matchup, the first time that Degler has had to face a left-handed thrower today. Bryce Johnson started today's game. He was a righty, and Jaden Turner came out of the bullpen, also a right-handed thrower. Johnson was spectacular. 5 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, just 1 earned run. 0-1 sent the opposite way. O'Hara snares it out of the air, goes to second, a double play! Kate O'Hara is airborne and brings 2 outs for the Blues.
Wow, that is a gigantic shift in this inning for the Blues as O'Hara makes an incredible play, diving to his non-glove side to make that play, and then stands up and whips it over to second base to turn a double play. Man, oh man, O'Hara. You were talking about how he's one of the most pure athletes on this team, and he just proved it.
So now it's James Bowes with runners at the corners. First pitch, and Bowes leaves it outside, 1-0. What a dazzling display of defense by Cade O'Hara. Couldn't stretch out much farther than that, and the ability to get up and throw it over to second on a dime was impressive. The 1-0. Bowes takes this one just over his shoe tops, 2 balls and no strikes. So it's Zach Vasquez on third. He reached on a leadoff single, and Jordan Stuckey at first with an infield single of his own. Bowes is ahead on the 2-0, and James leaves it high, 3 balls and no strikes.
If I'm Robbie Lardner, I'm buying Cade O'Hara dinner tonight. Just saved at least a run, maybe even 2.
I might make a reservation at Novo for him. With 2 outs, here's the 3-0. Bowes almost hit by a pitch inside, and it loads the bases once again. Hey, loads the bases again, but if O'Hara doesn't make that play, a run scores.
Yeah, and it's been a pretty rough outing for Lardner. He's just having a really tough time finding the strike zone.
And so a call to the pen now, right on cue. Dane Trainer points to Matt Betancourt. There might be some concerns with Robbie. He's squeezing that left hand where his throwing arm is. He might be dealing with some tingling or numbingness as he's kind of shaking it out after each pitch. Says something into his glove, and it's Matt Betancourt's turn. So O'Hara makes a great play, and Robbie's day is short and done. It's the Sunbird from Fresno Pacific. We'll tell you more about him after this on the Slow Blues Streaming Network. New pitcher into the game for the San Luis Obispo Blues. The bases are loaded in the top half of the 8th inning. They're up by 2 against the Menlo Park Legends. First pitch misses high and outside from the new noodle, Matt Betancourt, who relieves Robbie Lardner. A very short day for Lardner. Let up 2 base hits and a walk, but Cade O'Hara gave him a couple of outs on a nice diving double play. 1-0. And the batter, Birdsall, scooches out of the way inside. And it's now 2 balls and no strikes against the new arm, Betancourt. Matt is making his 9th appearance of the summer for the Blues, and in 19 2/3 innings pitched, has just allowed 6 earned runs with 15 strikeouts and 10 walks. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a crushed baseball to left field. Hixenbaugh can only turn and watch it go. 104 mile an hour moonshot from Mitch Birdsall. 384 feet. The Legends take the lead 7-5 against the Blues. And this game is turned on its head.
Yeah, absolutely turns on its head right there. I mean, no doubt about that one. Hixenbaugh didn't move.
I'm not going to lie, that's one of the hardest hit baseballs I've ever seen at Sinsheimer.
Yeah, that ball was annihilated.
Betting now, Austin.
A no doubter clears the bases, and Austin Rabago steps in. Rabago's first pitch swinging as he sends it straight back, strike one. And the crowd has fallen flat. One of the most deflating swings of the summer.
It's one of the most deflating swings I've ever seen in baseball.
It came with 2 outs. Rabago leaves it outside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Just what happens when you can't find the strike zone early and you have to put a pitch out over the plate. Birdsall did not miss it.
Blues now trail by 2. As this pitch has popped up on the left side, Hixenbaugh charging in at the chalk, and he makes the catch on the foul line. But a home run, a 3-run shot from Mitchell, a grand slam from Mitchell Birdsall makes it a 7-5 ball game. Blues now trail by 2, heading to the bottom half of the 8th on the Slow Blues streaming network. Oh man, a whole new ball game here at 7-5. The Blues now trail the Menlo Park Legends. Gavin Smith is done. He got replaced a couple innings ago, and it's E.J. Royal now, batting 6th and sending the first offering straight back from the new pitcher, Sam Young. Well, the Blues gave up a grand slam to Mitchell Birdsall out into left field. And this thing was torched. That gave Menlo Park the lead and has sucked all the life out of the stadium. Royal takes this pitch high and inside, 1 ball and a strike.
Yeah, now they have a tough task facing the new pitcher, Sam Young, who sits at about 95 miles an hour on that fastball. Good news, he only throws a fastball.
Here's the 1-1. Royal takes it in the dirt, 2 balls and a strike now. And so now, following that grand slam, you're looking for EJ to give you that spark plug. Didn't get a start today, but we know about his ability to get on base, and the Blues are looking to lean on that here. Young from the windup delivers. 2-1, and Royal moves his hands above that pitch. 3 balls and a strike now.
And you may be saying, Ryan, you have to be exaggerating. There's no way he only throws fastball. You're right, I am, a little bit. He throws a curveball and a slider, but he's thrown the fastball 150 times. The curveball and slider a combined 16.
3-1. Yanked fastball misses outside. Royal takes off to first as it gets away from the backstop and Cowens. So there you go. Just like that, the tying runs at the dish, and Eric Furness.
Here's Eric Furness.
Furness is having himself a day. Aside from an error in center field, he's 2 for 3. A single and a double. He scored on both of them. Also lined out to center field, but Degler robbed him of a base hit with an excellent diving catch. EJ shuffles his bag off first base, and Furness is ready to go against Young. First pitch, a rare occasion, a curveball taken for a strike. Furness chokes up and takes a pitch inside, 1 ball and a strike.
Yeah, all the Blues batters are going to have to choke up that stride and load. You got to get it out of the way early because pitch is coming at you fast.
Has some fuzz at 94 miles an hour to Eric Furness. Got to get ready to go with a runner on first and a 1-1 count. The pitch. Furness takes it low, 2 balls and a strike now. Eric has driven in 2 runs this summer. Smaller sample size. He's only played in 4 games with the Blues and 9 at-bats heading into today. The 2-1. Eric takes a called strike here. Might have gotten a call there as Sam Young, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tying run at the dish, a 7-5 game. The Legends now lead over the Blues following a Mitchell grand slam. 2-2. Furness flinches but takes it high. A full count now. Royal has stolen 11 bags this summer for the Blues. That's second behind Diego with 13. From the first base side of the rubber, EJ takes off. Furness puts it in play. It's a hot shot grounder to Zamaitis, who hurls it over to first just in time. Well, Royal was going to advance to second base anyway, but Eric Furness is thrown out at first from a nice throw by Zamaitis at third.
It was a close one, but just by about an inch. As Furness hit that ball hard, almost maybe too hard.
Yeah, literally 97 miles an hour off the chest of Zamaitis. Because he hit it so hard, it was able to land quicker, and he was able to just react and throw it over to first. So now it's Sebastian Lopez, who's 1 for 2 today. An RBI double in the 5th, a fielder's choice and a strikeout. Now he represents the tying run for the Blues, a 7-5 game in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch, Lopez takes in the dirt outside. Nice backhanded stop by Cowens for ball 1. Sebastian getting a shot in his 9th game of the summer with the Blues. Recorded hit number 3 today with that 2-bagger. Scored his 4th run in the 5th inning as well. 1-0 misses in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes to Seabass.
Kind of seems like the Blues' approach against the flamethrower is take pitches and make him throw strikes out over the plate and hitters counts.
Cade O'Hara stands on deck. He's 0 for 2. Here's the 2-0. Lopez takes just off the plate outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Home plate umpire correcting a mistake from earlier in Eric Furness's at-bat where he took a called strike in that exact same spot. Looks like Kosei Suzuki's holding a bat in the dugout right now. 3-0. And Lopez takes it all the way for strike one. Young comes set from the stretch. Royals at second base. And the tying run at the dish. Lopez off the hands, pops it up in the infield, and Filter, the second baseman, will make the two-handed grab for the second out of the inning. Two gone and a runner at second base. It brings up Cade O'Hara.
At the plate now for the Blues, the shortstop, Cade O'Hara.
And a correction there. Filter no longer this game. It's Jordan Stuckey at second base. So it's Cade with a pair of strikeouts and a sacrifice fly today. Steps in with Young shifted towards first on the side of the rubber. Sam delivers, and O'Hara takes a called strike, 0-1. Sam Young, a Richmond Spider from San Mateo. 0-1. O'Hara fouls it off the catcher Cowens. And he's all good. That's strike two. Young is coming off his true freshman season with the Spiders at 6'2", 220 pounds. A 5.44 earned run average in 9 innings pitched. 10 strikeouts and 12 walks, allowed 7 earned runs. O'Hara set and ready, slightly choked up on the bat in an 0-2 count with 2 gone. Here it comes. Cade leaves it high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Went to Gryphon High School, or check that, Crystal Springs Uplands. 79 strikeouts and a .74 ERA with a no-hitter his senior season in 2023. O'Hara waves and misses for strike 3. Sam Young strikes out Cade, and they strand a runner in scoring position. We head into the top half of the 9th inning. The Legends are up by 2 on the Slow Blues streaming network. New pitcher in for the Blues. It's Cade O'Hara looking to suffocate the Legends in the top half of the ninth inning. First pitch to Cal Zamitis is taken for a called strike 0-1. Zamitis is 0 for 3 today. A strikeout looking, a pop out to short, and a line out to the third baseman Artois. The 0-1. Zamitis takes an off-speed pitch and a called strike 0-2. Cade up quickly against Cal Zamitis, who bats fifth and plays third today for the Legends. Menlo Park up 7-5 thanks to a grand slam by Mitchell Birdsall in the eighth. Here's the 0-2. So Midas goes down swinging on 3 pitches. Cade O'Hara coming fresh out of the pen and fresh off a strikeout himself, strikes out Zamitis as a pitcher. That brings up Blake Cowens now, also an 0 for day. He's 0 for 4 though, a pop out, a strikeout, a ground out, and a fly out. First pitch bounces on top of home plate, and Cowens leaves it low, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Cowens shoots it up and out of the stadium foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cade as a pitcher this summer is making his 10th appearance. He's pitched in 13 1/3 innings. 11 strikeouts, just 1 walk, and 2 earned runs. Pitch misses low and outside to Cowens. 2 balls and a strike now. O'Hara with a rough day at the plate, 3 strikeouts. Does have a sacrifice fly, trying to redeem himself on the hill. Here's a chopper to short. The new shortstop, Alves, gobbles it up and throws it over to first in time for the second out of the top of the ninth.
What the Blues need, they need some quick work from O'Hara. Top of the order, due up in the bottom of the ninth. When you try to tie or win it, O'Hara getting 3 quick outs and getting the bats up would be big for the Blues.
So here's Zach Vasquez. Vasquez singled the last time he was up. That was in the 8th. It was a leadoff single against Robbie Lardner on the first pitch that he saw.
Number 16, Zach Vasquez.
Vasquez is 2 for 4. First offering. A half swing, and it's rolled down the third base line. Artois with an awkward stretch. Can't get the throw off. And that'll be an infield base hit to Zach Vasquez, his 3rd single of the afternoon.
Artois, I think, just slipped right around the base. Tough break for the Blues.
Yeah, he had all the positioning correct. I think his right foot might have just caught a part of the third base bag, and that kind of threw him off his equilibrium and was unable to get the throw off. So now Vasquez is at first, and it's Emilio Feliciano. Feliciano takes strike 1. He's 0 for 3 today with 3 strikeouts and a walk. Here's the 0-1. Emilio swings and misses for strike 2.
Good looking slider there from Cade.
Cade trying to get his Blues with the bats back in their hands. Feliciano with his cotton candy colored batting gloves gets ready in the righty batter's box. The short lead at first with 2 outs, the 0-2. Soft grounder to second. Murillo gobbles it up, hurls it to first in time, and the Blues have a chance to walk it off. We head into the bottom of the ninth inning. They trail by 2 against the Legends on the SLO Blues streaming network. Last chance for the Blues here to make some magic against the Menlo Park Legends. It's the bottom of the 9th inning. San Luis Obispo trails 7-5 against Menlo Park. A 6-game winning streak is on the line. Diego Murillo leads it off for the Blues in the bottom half of the 9th inning. First pitch from Sam Young, and it misses high. 1 ball and no strikes. Murillo today is 0 for 4 with an RBI groundout. The 1-0. Diego leaves this offering upstairs as well. 2 balls and no strikes. 4 pieces of soft contact for Murillo. 3 pop-ups and a ground out to short, which did produce a run, driving in Eric Furness. 2-0, and Murillo's hit in the shoulder. Hit by pitch, and Diego Murillo is a leadoff base runner for the Blues. It brings up the tying run to the dish.
It's exactly what they need right there. And Diego Murillo getting on base any way you can.
So a hit by pitch to the leadoff man, Murillo. And it looks like the manager for the Menlo Park Legends is checking in on his catcher, Blake Cowens, because Cowens got a piece of that fastball too. It went off the shoulder of Murillo and right into the face of Blake Cowens. Just making sure he's okay. Yep, and we got a fist bumper ready to go. So here's Hicksonbaugh, who's 0 for 3 today. Made a stellar play in right field on a diving catch to end an inning. But at the dish, has struggled just a tad. A pair of strikeouts and a pop out to the second baseman, who was then Filter. It's now Stuckey. He walked in the 5th, though, and came around to score on an error from Vasquez in right. First pitch to Hicksonbaugh is taken for a called strike, 0-1. Jake, formerly a Lobo from Monterey Peninsula College, is still a Lobo, now at Colorado State Pueblo. The 0-1. Hicksonbaugh leaves it outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Jake heads to the Centennial State in the fall to play his first season of NCAA baseball. Murillo with an aggressive lead off first base as Hicksonbaugh's ready on the 1-1. Jake dodges a pitch inside, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Murillo's speedy guy, leads his team in stolen bases, but there's really no point to steal second base. You don't want to get yourself thrown out. That run does matter. It needs to come across for Blues to win, but it doesn't matter all that much because they still need 2.
These are valuable runs here. 2-1. In the dirt, Murillo takes off to second. Here comes the throw, and he's in there safely. James Bowes, the shortstop, bargaining with the second base umpire. He thought he got the tag down in time, and honestly, I think the rest of the stadium did too.
Yeah, I definitely think so. That ball was on the money.
A stellar throw from Cowens behind the dish, and Murillo with the head first dive got in there safely with a swim move.
Wow, man, oh man, that was just too close for comfort.
And Nick Sansbury back out there, the manager from Menlo Park, to talk it over with the umpire who made that call at second base. A huge 90 feet for the Blues. And if I'm Sansbury, I'm probably milking the entirety of this conversation because, again, it's a big stolen base for San Luis Obispo. And if we know anything about manager Nick Sansbury, we know that he sure loves to yap with the umpires. And you can expect a prolonged conversation here with that 50-50 call at second base. In the meantime, it looks like Kosei Suzuki will be replacing Zach Tolliman as the designated hitter. He stands on deck, and Jake Hicksonbaugh awaits to get back in the 3-1 count. So Sansbury heads back into the dugout, and the call remains. Diego Murillo is at second base. An unbelievable turn of events for the Blues. Now it's up to them to capitalize here with Hicksonbaugh stepping in. No outs, a 3-1 count. The pitch. Jake right back up the middle, into center field, a base hit. Here comes Murillo around third, and Jake Hicksonbaugh continues the legend as he tears through in these past 4 games with the Blues. 7-6, Menlo Park. Jake Hicksonbaugh brings it within 1. Some runnies on, huh?
I mean, Jesus Christ. Getting it done. Getting it done. And the it's Suzuki now with a chance to win it.
Murillo does not score if he's not at second base there.
That is true. So Suzuki hitting for Tollerman, but the Blues technically lost their designated hitter when Brady Alves took over at short and Kate O'Hara went to pitch. So he's technically taking over for Brady Alves.
Suzuki, his first pitch, lining it into the bullpen down the left field line. It's foul, 0-1.
Straight off the bench and just rips a 99-mile-an-hour foul ball.
A hard strike for Sam Young, but he's up in the count against Kosei, who is committed to LaSalle this fall. Here's the 0-1. Kosei leaves it off the plate outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. And now a glimmer of hope starting to wash through Sinsheimer here.
Yeah, there's a little more life. The fans are clapping, a couple of people recording. Let's see if Kosei's going to walk it off.
Taps it foul behind home plate, 1 ball and 2 strikes. No outs. A run has scored on a Jake Hixenbaugh RBI single right back up the middle. That was his first hit of the afternoon, and now it's Suzuki fresh off the bench, technically replacing Brady Alves. The middle of the infield slightly more pinched this time, as the 5-hole is wide open for Kosei on his pull side. 1-2. Suzuki taps it that way, and a diving stop from Zamaitis. They go to second for 1, and they'll just get the force out there. Jake Hixenbaugh forced out at second, and Suzuki at first. And Sam Ardois, we know his ability in terms of power. He has a chance to walk it off.
A really good play from Zamaitis to not let the tying run be in scoring position and the winning run be on base. Diving to his glove side. It's just unfortunate for the Legends that Suzuki was flying down the first baseline.
The Blues still got some time. 2 outs to work with. That was just the first out of the inning. Ardois takes the first pitch fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. Sam Young continuing to deliver some fuzz to these Blues hitters. Suzuki, a more conservative leadoff first. As Ardois breaks his bat on a grounder back up the middle. Young gobbles it up, throws it over to first, trips up Ardois, and he'll be safe. No, they called him out. Interference on Sam Ardois. If I'm not mistaken, Birdsall stretched into the base path. And the fans are absolutely outraged.
Yeah, Birdsall's glove was in the base path. What is Ardois supposed to do? A backflip over it?
Immediately, the fan section above the Blues dugout is outraged. And players and coaches both clamoring to the fence and chirping the field umpires. You can hear the players screaming from here.
I mean, that I hate being negative towards the umpires, but that's horrendous.
Dean Traynor getting after it now. The fans love it. Barking like a dog at the field umpires. Their minds seem to be set.
I mean, he has to get some help. What is Ardois supposed to do?
Yeah, Birdsall to get that throw from the pitcher Young, which was a great throw, but just slightly offline. Birdsall had to literally stand in the way of Ardois to glove it. I literally don't know what Ardois had to do there. He's going full speed, and at that point in time, he can't make a cut and run around him. There's literally no other option for him.
It looks like the umpires may now get together to discuss it, or maybe they're just trying to get Dean off the field. If I were Dean, I would not leave the field until I get the thumb.
His son, Brian Traynor, is standing next to him.
And they're going to put Suzuki back on first?
Wow. I don't get that. Suzuki back at first.
That is terrible.
Ardois getting in the way of the first baseman Birdsall, quote unquote, did not disrupt Suzuki getting to second.
Now Rene is barking to the Menlo Park legends, and he's in the face of their pitching coach.
Oh, here we go.
And the bench is clear. Honestly, this might be what the Blues needs. The fans are in this game now.
Has anyone been ejected?
I don't know how.
How is that possible? Bro thinks he's on the team.
There's a Legends player or coach lounging, getting a tan on as well. All of this just continues to happen. It's really just coaches and general managers left on the
Yeah,
field.
the players never really exchange words as far as we can tell.
Well, I believe the Menlo Park dugout was chirping at the Blues, and Rene was just kind of standing up for his players. And then their pitching coach did the exact same, came out and got in the face of Rene Regalado. Now the Blues owner makes it onto the field. I mean, all of this sparked from what was just an awful call down at first base.
Horrendous.
Literally might change the outcome of this game. The base umpire, I mean, not only calling Ardois out, all right, you have the interference, whatever, but you take the tying run out of scoring position and put him back on first for what? There was no play at second base.
No play.
And I'm sure it's just in the rules that that's what's supposed to happen, but just terrible, man.
Now there's all sorts of adrenaline flying, and this makes this game a little bit more interesting. Dean Traynor trying to get his last word in with the home plate umpire.
It's going to be Cam Andrews.
It's all about focus right now. I mean, the heart rate is up for everyone, I think, and everyone's just trying to get their emotions all in order. And now the umpires are going to talk. I think the plot got lost amidst that benches clearing situation.
Yeah, Dean was just arguing, never even asked for the umpires to talk about the call at first. Now they're going to talk about it. But even if an umpire had a different call, that was 10 minutes ago now.
Yeah.
You're the umpire, you're like, yeah, I saw that, but it was 10 minutes ago. I'm not too sure what I saw. The home plate or one of the base umpires just did hieroglyphics in the air to us.
Signals something into the press box. We're ready to go now. Again, hearts are fluttering everywhere. Everyone is fired up. Blue staff screaming at the field. Management screaming, coaches screaming. This is what I know, though. Ball don't lie. First pitch, Andrews takes it high, 1-0. Cam is in here on a 1-0 count. 1-0. Cam leaves this one high here, 2 balls and no strikes.
Cam Andrews could get the runner in scoring position by just not lifting the bat off the shoulder. That long break might have benefited the Blues. The pitcher, Young, has been throwing some fuzz, and now he's having a hard time finding the zone.
Players are up in both dugouts. as Andrews takes the pitch outside. Whew, that was awfully close. 3 balls and no strikes. A 3-0 count to Cam Andrews, the pitch. And a statute take, and he takes it for strike 1. Two outs, and Andrews with a chance. Trailing by 1. He's the winning run at the dish. 3-1 is popped up. Playable in the infield. Who's got it? Bose does that short, and he makes the flat-footed grab to end the ball game.
Well, that's the ball game.
5:22 p.m. is the final this afternoon. 7-6 victory, and the Menlo Park Legends get a win.
7-6.
Nobody in the ballpark is going home happy because of 3 men on the field wearing gray. And that's what was just announced over the PA that got the fans turned up.
Well, the Blues just lost 7-6, and a 5-game winning streak comes to an end. So they have to win 4, correct, if they want to make the playoffs.
They need to
Win 5 still.
5 is still the magic number.
Alameda did not play today.
Alameda did not play today, so the magic number is still 5.
Still
they
5.
They still have the fate is in their hands.
Yeah.
They can win out, and they don't need any help from anybody.
No margin of error left, though, right? You
No margin of error.
can't lose another game.
They can if the Merchants lose a game.
Right.
So essentially, the Blues, the magic number is still 5. Magic number is still 5 after today's game. Blues need to win. If they win out, doesn't matter what the Merchants do. If the Blues win 4, Merchants have to lose 1. If the Blues win 3, Merchants have to lose 2, so on and so forth. For that first place spot, things just got a lot more complicated. If the Stompers were to win today, which they're still winning 6-1, they would take over that 1 seed again. The magic number for first place would still be 7 with only 5 games left to play.
And there's still a good chance, that the Merchants could help aid the Blues into reaching that magical 5 number with those losses, because they're playing some tough teams. They got the Crawdads, looks like 4 times to end this season. So there's plenty of chances there. If they drop all 4 of those, the Blues just have to win once.
Yeah.
So magical number is still 5 for San Luis Obispo, but today didn't help against the Menlo Park Legends. It was a game full of passion, especially towards the end. A grand slam was the big separator between Menlo Park and San Luis Obispo, and the Blues will have a day off tomorrow and return to the Diamond at 6 p.m. on Tuesday. Well, thanks for listening to Blues Baseball. San Luis Obispo drops this one 7-6. This was absolute cinema at Sinsheimer Stadium. They lose their 5-game winning streak, and they'll have a day off tomorrow and try to come back on Tuesday to collect a win. Thanks for listening once again.